Oh my goodness. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday, January
Right.
25th. Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about Pamela Anderson. She happened to have been on the show today. She looks very different. No huffing from you. No, no,
Sorry.
no, no, no extraneous noises from you, sir.
Babs
Um,
DeRush called her Babs Eden. She looks like Barbara Eden.
she
She
does
really
look like
does.
Barbara
That's what I
Eden.
thought when you put the thumbnail up.
Barbara
I
Eden's
thought it was
still
Barbara
hot
Eden.
at like
I know.
80.
She's okay. Well, she's so Pamela, I think, is now 54. And so
What's going
her
on with her neck?
interview was very, very serious today, and slightly Pamela being cerebral. So we'll come back to that a little bit
She,
later. Um,
fun
yeah.
trivia. She was married to Mr. Whiskers for a week.
I thought that Lisa Marie was married to him as well.
Surfer,
Yeah,
Brett
could
Michaels,
be.
Tommy Lee,
Hey, what's going on, guys? Stop the
John
shit talking,
Peters.
Elsa.
Okay, so the way the show went today was really horrible, and I think the worse the show is, the more clips I am able to clip from it. And it's kind of interesting to see what other people pick up on the show as opposed to me, and that's why I try really hard not to read the listening thread, until after I've finished listening to the show, just because I like to see what I've picked up on and then what Dennis and the rest of the gang pick up on later on. So, with that in mind, I really have like over 30 clips. So it's a lot. And it's one of those things where we need to kind of get the show started kind of sooner rather
How long
than
did it
later.
take you to make 30? I remember when I did it we did the composite weeks in review that was 2 weeks combined, which was pretty good. It
Yeah.
took me many, many hours.
So, okay, because I have a new computer and because
Humble brag.
normally, what I do is I use a program called Audacity, which is what I use to convert the MP4s to MP3s because they play a little bit better than showing a full video, which is just a video of what I record. So on my phone, while I'm recording something, all I have to do is kind of drop down right here and then hit the record button
Oh
while
wow,
it's playing, and I record the MP4. So after I record the MP4, I airdrop it to my computer, and then because it's a fast computer, and you all know, it's all about the RAM. I
The
take
audacity.
I take all of those clips all at the same time, 30, 40, whatever it is. I drag them all into Audacity. I mute out all of them, and then I start from the first one, and I clip it to, I try to keep everything under a minute. So I'm actually able now, because of the new computer, honestly, I'm actually able to do all 30, 35 clips within mm, probably about 15, 20 minutes, but I've already vetted them. I delete a lot of stuff. I come back to things.
I'm talking about the whole process,
The
not
whole
just
process, well, then I have to do a header. Then I have to do a Photoshop. Then I have to
yeah.
figure out a name for the show. Then I have to set it up in StreamYard. Then I send you guys the email. Then I have to make a post about it on the website. So I would say all in, if I did it solidly for the day, it probably takes me about 3 hours to compile a show.
Sarah volunteered her services to do a thumbnail for you.
To do a
She's
thumbnail for
she's
what?
obsessed with thumbnails. Oh yeah,
Thumbnail for
she's
what?
good at of each day the day the
Thank you,
daily show.
Ida. Thank you, Carlos.
Thumbnail of the day. I don't know what you
This
mean.
this shit like this. Like she wants to do the thumbnail
I don't
that
know
you
what the
put on YouTube.
I'd be happy
It'll
for
take.
her to do it. It's just that
I
I
think she.
usually do it in the moment.
Yeah,
I think he did read the book, Ida, just so you know. Sorry, I wanted to go back to Ida for a second. I think he did read the book. It sounded like he did either that or somebody gave him a lot of sticky notes in his.
absolutely. He doesn't read shit. I think it's Will and Jason reading it.
Yeah, I believe that. I have a question for you guys. Do you have day jobs? If so, what are they? I no longer have a day job, but then again, this does not feed me at all. And I worked solidly in the garment center for the entirety of my adult career. And I was a design director for a very large children's wear company, and I was really good at it. So they gave me some of the junior and Missy to do as well. And yeah, I worked with like Jessica Simpson and Jones New York and all sorts of different brands. And I
And
shopped.
Joe Simpson.
I shopped the stores, and I went to Europe as often as I wanted to, and I went to China as often as I needed to, and I traveled a lot. And then I got really tired of fucking doing that, and that's the name of that too. And the boys do what the boys do. I don't know what if they want to tell you what they do, but that's me.
I'm a drinking coach and the script supervisor for Infinitum Nile Productions, starting 2020.
I hang out at Home Depots and get into the back of people's pickups.
And you hope they give you some water and you can pee.
Hopefully.
You know what's so funny? I find
Just out of curiosity, does
Yeah.
Pamela Anderson's book have one of those Dr. Seuss I can read it by myself stickers on the front?
I don't know.
I
can't
think
imagine it.
Pam's
I can't
smarter than Beth
imagine
is.
it's
I
a
think,
very deep read.
No, I agree. I think Pam is definitely smarter
and
than
smarter than Howard too. If
Beth.
I had put him up in
You
a
think
like who
so?
knows more basic, yeah,
That's
basic
too
knowledge.
much.
really
I bet you
listened
she does
today.
more for herself than Howard does in terms of the real world. I
I
guarantee
really
it.
listened today, and I think she, even though she may have started out as like the silly party girl, but she was young.
Playing
She
it
was
up.
young, impressionable,
Yeah.
and did whatever she needed to
Well,
do.
remember, she was discovered at a football game. They put
Yes,
her on the Jumbotron.
yes, with her Labatt's T-shirt on. Right. The beer thing, and then Playboy contacted her, and next thing you know, she's 19 years old and she's on her way to Hollywood. And I didn't know this, but I found this out through the interview that Playboy was actually her uh, what's the word I'm looking for?
Liaison.
The de facto
Oh, okay.
agent of
Okay.
sorts, because
Right.
that's how people were able to get a
Default.
hold of her when she was young and they wanted her to play a part in a movie or a TV show or something like that. So she didn't have a manager when she started to work in the industry. And the
And didn't
fine line
Scott Bell
between a
love that?
Pamela Anderson and a Jenna Jameson, you know what I mean?
It is. It's all
I mean,
Howard's based.
it could have gone that way. And she could have been one of those chicks, with 40 million fucking tattoos on her and just kind of in a weird space.
It
So
really is. She walked right up to the demarcation line of Jenna Jameson and stayed on the conventional Hollywood just by a pubic hair. No pun intended. Yeah,
Yeah.
Canadian Super Trooper. I mean, she has the Canadian cool factor. Yes, she does. She is very cool. There's something about these Canadian bitches, and they don't think like
Dude,
American
she's had like 60 yards of penis.
bitches.
she really has. She
Yeah.
really has. I actually have a picture of what you had put on the
Oh, the steering of the boat?
well, no. So while we were talking about this, if you can get that thing off there so we can all see the picture. So here she is on the show, and then hold on, I just want to take this down.
She transformed me into a fish.
And then you put up like this super close up of her, and you say nothing, and then you go really close up, and it says, "Looks like she has a dent in her throat from Tommy's dick." Which is kind of right there.
You can usually buff that right out, but apparently that wasn't the case.
By the way, there was this
About
guy.
the right angle.
No, but that actually could be a something. You should call her and say that you're like a nurse or something, and I'd be a little concerned about
I'm a dermatologist.
exactly.
What's that dermatologist? Come here, bitch.
So it could
Take
be
off your
something.
pants.
It's a little concerning. But yeah, she she doesn't look as bad as what I was expecting. She is made up,
She's
but
only 54, for fuck's sake.
she looks fine. She looks fine. I have no issues with her at all. None at all. I truly got a better appreciation for her today because I kind of feel like she understood the assignment when writing a book.
Yeah,
And
totally.
a couple of the clips that I took will reflect poorly on other people within the Howard Stern universe who have written books, and I'll come back to that as a thing later. I'm not putting up on the screen, but you are correct, Autobot AI. You must be somebody I know.
And I will offer that she wrote more of her book authentically by herself than Howard did his books, and not Judith Regan and Ratzo Sloman. I'll guarantee she worked harder in her book.
But
Yeah.
but not Oh My Dog, right?
No, yeah, that's another story. That's even lower.
And Howard
Work
seemed
ethic.
to have, I mean, I really want to get into that a little bit because this is actually one of the only interviews that I've listened to the entirety of it. And maybe a little bit of that is because the rest of the show was so stupid and boring that it was the only thing in the show that was actually of any interest. So I did cut a bunch of clips from her talking. So we'll
Good.
come back to that.
You
Okay.
said you like this and Skrillex. You told us before we went on.
Skrillex is really my
Yeah.
all-time favorite. Yeah, that's absolutely
Yeah, you
right.
thank you, Jeremy Housing, because Arm helped me through a bad lull in my life where I just gave up on drinking. He pulled me through and had me start. Thank you, Jeremy. I can't believe you remember that. That was one of my first online assignments. That's when we went virtual, right?
Ratso Sloman is your classic Jewish guy from Long Island. That's all I can say. He's that guy. And there is some talk of Ratso had written an autobiographical book for himself back in the day, or he helped somebody else write an autobiographical book. And there are many that say he took a lot of the stories from that book and kind of extrapolated them into
Totally.
his book.
That's what they do.
So that's kind of, yeah, he's like an interior designer. Once they have
Look
like
at-
that aesthetic, every house looks exactly the fucking same. So I
And by
think
the way, think about the books back then. I think these guys had no idea where the internet was going to go, that you could look up and
everything,
prove them wrong
everything.
plagiaristically. They had no idea, so they could make up anything they wanted to back
Exactly.
then, and they'd get away
Agreed.
with it.
But we are here now. And you know what I really like about our show and about doing shows like this is the fact that hopefully our words and what we talk about and the things that we say will always live on. So yeah, Howard will be the guy who everybody looks to, but I get emails pretty much every week saying, "Oh my God, I just found your show, and I never really thought about him this way." And you kind of start to change people's minds, and we do that one at a time, and it's quite okay. I am going to do just a really quick promotional thing with you guys right now. So I am, since Howard is in fact going to be off next week, you will definitely be hearing the first of Rotten Reddit, so that I'm constantly on and obsessed with Eladia Baldwin. So I, of course, posted this today, which is kind of amazing because there were these pictures. There she is. She's a little fidget freak, and she wears the exact same leggings every single day. And he wears the same fucking thing every single day too. Look at the bottom of his pants. They're like these gross old accountant, who's been working in the same office for 40 years. He's really kind of gross. And I'm seeing them in a whole new light these days. So just know, yeah, that Eladia is in my sights, and I'll
Hillary,
definitely be working on that next week
we
whilst
can't wait.
the man is on vacation. Maybe we'll also do a phone call show next week, and that'll be the two shows that we do. So no heavy lifting for us. Okay, so let's start the show and let's go to clip number 1. So Howard, as he was talking to her, was, and this will set the context up for you for how he kept pushing for her to say something horrible about Hugh Hefner.
Introduced, she walked out of Canada, like the backwoods of Canada, and wound up on the streets of LA.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to get into it now because we'll talk about it later, but I have a lot of theories on the people in her life. Again, they're just theories. I don't know. But I don't see Hugh Hefner, the guy who ran Playboy magazine, as being a good friend to her.
So the reason he was saying this is because he's absolutely obsessed with her not having representation when she first came to the States,
Right.
and how she was ripped off, and how that Baywatch poster was one of the number one selling things, and how she gets $1,000 in residuals a year from Baywatch.
No.
And how, David LaChapelle used to photograph her all the time, never paid her, and yet used her in his books and promotional materials and stuff like that. So she was just this really young, pretty, naive girl. But she is a story that 1,000 girls, 100,000 girls could tell you.
Just like
You know?
Artie gets Boku residuals from Sirius for playing his material, right? And coming over there. It's the same kind of
Exactly.
thing. I think Howard's always projecting too. He looks at Hefner as it's
Just
always
a little.
how he's exploited everybody, so he's trying to deflect it onto Hefner because he's way worse, on every level. I've never heard about Hefner.
On every level. So, Ilaria Putana in the crosshairs. That's right, Pepinos. It's coming. It's coming.
Monique, how would you
I
call
don't
that?
know where my
Shaving
knee
my chest
is.
hair.
I'm sitting like that. You know what? I think maybe my chair. Oh,
I will.
Down goes Frasier. Down
God,
goes Frasier.
I almost dropped my PlayStation on the floor.
If I hear anything untoward, I'm going to sue you for defamation. To
Yeah,
reflect
indeed.
the lawsuit off of us.
Because you're the imprimatur of.
Make love to me, Monique. Make love to me.
I have my great Alec Baldwin story, which I can't wait to tell, and I will tell it there. There is no new link to it. It's going to be here on RadioGunk, and it'll just be a show. It'll just be a show we try out. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on. And okay.
Right, so Cindy Lou. Howard got to use the smut without giving any money to models and stuff. Right, exactly right.
Yes.
He got to do Playboy without paying anybody.
Yes.
Technically on a show in the 90s. That's exactly right.
Yes.
Except for Hugh Hefner got Pamela Anderson and Howard got Little Lupe.
And Bill Maher. Little Lupe.
So, of course, he starts talking about Robin and how hot she looks because apparently all the mail he's getting is talking about how hot she is.
Boy, people are really commenting on your appearance lately, Robin, with your weight loss and everything. I mean, so much of the email is like, I saw Robin.
No, Alec Baldwin never hit on me. He's no, but I have a girlfriend. Yes, see, Super Trooper knows. See, Super Trooper knows. Alec was smelly and sweaty, according to most. Yes, you know the story. So glad you pay attention.
On the app, oh man, she looks so sexy, blah 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 blah. You're getting a lot.
Are you going to tell them that this is an avatar? It's not really.
No, I'm not going to tell them that because you really have worked on yourself to become super hot. You're like the Pam Anderson of the aughts.
Yeah. Okay. There is no world where Robin is the Pam Anderson of this decade.
Like, I mean, she's a Louis Anderson, maybe.
Oh, hello.
Right out of the gate.
Hey-o.
And good night. Thank you, guys. Like and subscribe.
Whoa. Like and subscribe. Hold on. Let me throw that up there. Like and subscribe.
David, Dennis Hooper wanted to know who's better cutting the grass, Xavier or you? Who was better getting on? He said Xavier cuts his grass. The most racist thing I ever heard.
Yeah.
And then I said Italians are usually better.
Xavier.
No, we're better at pressure washing driveways.
That's right.
There you go.
Any lines.
There's a niche for. It's like the circle of life. There's a niche for everybody.
Oh yeah, they want you to switch. They want you to switch my place. You're right.
Oh. Hold on. Let me take my good.
Oh.
I actually have a top on underneath here, so it's not.
Darn.
That's all. Dennis has actually seen me in a bathing suit, just so you know.
I have.
All right, let me switch us around here. Hold on a second. I'm going to put you here. I'll put the whisker here.
Ah!
Okay, so we're going to move on. And the first knock.
Damn, Hooper.
The first knock of
I'm going to guess that Hooper's really a Kanye West.
No, Gandaloons love their lawn, Hooper. They love their guinea lines. They love doing it themselves.
No, I pay somebody. Honestly, I'm one of the ones that doesn't.
He actually pays me.
But I take care of my driveway. That's mine.
I take care of my driveway. I take care of my driveway. You know what? There is some pleasure in taking care of the upkeep of your property, not the grass and all that shit. Because yes, of course, you hire somebody to do all that shit. But the upkeep of like the trees and because here in Florida everything grows so lovely because the constant of the sun and the rain. You don't have to worry about freeze that often, so everything grows beautifully, and so it's fun to do that and just make something out of nothing. Right now I have a whole 72 thing of seeds that I'm trying to grow. I know it's not going to work because I have a horrible fucking green thumb, but black thumb really. But
if you water them, they live.
Well, yeah. So I have all these bromeliads and shit like that.
Oh, that's black arts. No, bromeliads are black art. No. That's not growing shit. That's like you have to be a sorceress to make that shit grow.
Okay, so I'm into this because I have nothing else to do. So the bromeliads.
Grow some tomatoes. Make your life happy.
I'm gonna grow some tomatoes. But the bromeliads are.
Don't we have 33 clips left?
Yes.
Speaking of something that grows, look at Monique's knee. I've got something that's growing right now, and I see Monique's knee.
I wish I had a wig here because somebody said yesterday I should put a wig on it and make believe like it's a little person on the side of me. But I don't have any here, so maybe the dollar store has something for me. No, I'm not growing pod. I don't smoke it. I'd rather eat it, but either way, it's not something that we do. Okay. Knock, knock. No, vermilion. It's bromeliad. It's not vermilion. It's bromeliad. Don't ask. Here we go.
That
I don't know
even making any kind of bet on it is going to fuck up the game for him.
Excuse me, guys. Oh, hey, everybody! It's shirtless Mark Wahlberg. Hey, man, you in the gym?
Honestly, you guys, I can't listen to this anymore.
Yeah, quite. So it literally was the same show as yesterday, except a day later and just as bad. That's all I can say.
You didn't expect him to not beat the shit out of that, did you?
Oh, no.
To not run that into the fucking ground?
Worse.
This Z Morning Zoo hack, morning zookeeper.
They've run it into the ground, ground it up into dirt, and then buried it. I mean,
and then limed the dirt.
And then limed it.
And it's not even original. Let's steal it from
it's so horrible.
Andy Samberg.
It's just so horrible. Everything about the show is horrible.
Nothing entertaining about it. There's nothing funny about it. Nothing ironic about it. It's just stupid.
It just sucks.
And it doesn't fit this show's tone on any level either. It's so ridiculously forced. And
as I said, Scott Shannon is somewhere in the Caribbean, cracking open another Mai Tai, laughing at this. Going,
at least he made it to the Caribbean. I mean, now
exactly.
You know,
he's retired.
So then
I think that
there's a tree on my house.
Do you think that HBO is thinking of replacing Rick and Morty with this comedy gold?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Easily.
I am so heartbroken about the Rick and Morty thing. You have no idea.
Don't be. I did a little deep dive, and apparently his partner's the one that does all the writing.
Oh,
okay, but he does do all the voices, so there is. So
that's not.
Did I miss something?
The voice thing is, Billy West away.
Rick and Morty guy got shit.
They'll get someone that sounds like him. They'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Apparently, the dude. There's a lot of DMs to minors.
Oh,
he was DMing them as Morty.
Kind of an issue.
Yeah, he was DMing them. There's a lot. You can just Google it. There's a bunch of screen grabs of underage girls getting DM'd by Morty.
Very, very Ren and Stimpy.
In a very risque sort of way.
Oh, okay, that's kind of gross.
I think that more than anything else was what got him the heave-ho.
Yeah, you know what? I made some really, really fun Rick and Morty T-shirts that are on the RadioGunk TeePublic site. So you can go see them because they're really, really cool. And I did them all by fucking hand.
They're actually pretty fucking amazing.
They are pretty fucking amazing.
They are.
I should show them. I should promote our TeePublic. We never.
Don't we get enough threats of lawsuits as it is?
Oh, that's true.
Sara has Pelican Brief shirts she's made and Sturkshire shirts.
That's
really good.
That's not was it Warner Brothers property or whatever?
she bought the rights to the Pelican.
Oh my God, we tried to go the legit route, and we submitted them to Viacom,
and they were all excited, and then
we were so excited that but they didn't. It wasn't meant to be, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I want to show you. I'm going to show you some really cool T-shirts I did because I fucking love Rick and Morty, and I love it so much that I try not to watch it too often, so that I don't.
The next season is going to be about 5 years from now.
Yeah, I know. All right, hold on. I just want to show you guys our T-shirts, our Rick and Morty T-shirts. I mean, they're so kind of obscure, which is why I love them. So yeah. So there you have Concerto, which is kind of like evil Rick. The Creepy Morty, which is a bar they went to in season 3. Keep Summer Safe, which was classic. Multiplicity, Big Johnson. Do I have any other ones? No.
Is that a Washington
did.
football team
You
commanders?
did, but
thing?
then they said,
Oh, this shirt is my number one selling thing. Washington Commanders established 2022. And then we did the chain, and then Major League Baseball came after us.
that was the chain part due.
Part due. Yeah, that's right.
We actually sold more
thousands
swag chains than anybody else on the planet.
Yes.
We sold hundreds of them.
Hundreds.
And then one day they said, no.
Oh, yes.
Even though it's an original design by us.
Yeah.
And then literally after they kicked us off with that chain t-shirt, they didn't win one single game for the rest of the season.
That's right.
It was really fucking, like, no joke.
Oh my God, these pink t-shirts. Well, see, that was like very topical that moment, the go fuck yourself thing.
Yeah.
So I sold a bunch of those, but I should deactivate that because
you should deactivate that.
You should have Sean Penn on a tank in the Ukraine.
Open fire.
I'm gonna fucking deactivate that right. Fuck it. I'm not
Tone Cot. Depp was not jealous of Kate Moss because that ad, that Calvin Klein ad with Marky Mark, was years before they went out, a couple of years before they dated. But he's a very jealous man.
Autobot, what happened is the Potters did not have a swag t-shirt.
They didn't have.
We did for forever. Sold hundreds, and then one day they decided to come up with one which sucked. And so they complained.
Don't you remember? They were like,
and they literally just took it down for.
They took it graphic.
And there's the answer right there on the bottom.
What?
Autobot II.
We need a shirt.
We need a shirt of Dennis playing bocce. I can make that. I can arrange that.
You know, he tells us that he plays this, but we don't believe him. There's no t-shirt. if there's no picture, it never happened. When does the Grace t-shirt come out? Oh, so you're going back in time. You know, for some of our new listeners, they don't even know. Okay, so I collect hats that have an M on it because that's my name. So everybody gave me shit for the Michigan hat, but this is from the fucking time that Madonna did that show and made me wait until 12 o'clock midnight before she came on stage. So yeah, like that. All right, we're going to continue on. We have 700 clips to get to.
No, I don't play highlight. I play bocce.
Hi. So I'm going to
your hat meant mocking dabblers.
I'm going to. I know that was so funny.
Everything's
that was the
mocking,
best
Joe.
Ever. The next couple of clips.
Rupert,
what?
Look at Rupert. He goes, Grace is the Brian Dunkelman of RadioGunk. I'm sorry I interrupted you. That's too good. Gunkelman, they call her.
So then he gets into a whole thing, pretty much as we mentioned yesterday, about how gross Richard Christie is and some of the weird stuff. Yeah, so we thought about doing a Gunk calendar because there are so many amazing. So just so you know, the reason I wore this black top underneath here was because I was going to make believe it was a bathing suit. I was going to put kitten on it, KI''IN, as she says it, kitten. And yeah, but then.
Oh, wow.
We lost her.
Hey, welcome to the sports all day, all night show here on Radio.
You guys
like
think
this idea.
Do you guys think Richard's persona is contrived? Because they said when Richard first interacted with the show, he sounded way different, and now he's turning up that bumpkin creep thing just to appeal to Howard.
Absolutely, he is an attention whore. He is an air whore, and he's doing everything he can to be on the air right now. So he's playing up the stupid bumpkin thing. He's playing up the incredible vile human being thing. I'm going to eat some leftover macaroni and cheese from under my couch.
As that intern person told us, which if you haven't listened to that, I highly recommend you do because it does give us an inside look into how these people get chosen, because you choose whether you want to be somebody who goes on air or not.
Well, the Richard story is fucked up, Monique. I mean, he was chosen. They had the Win Stuttering Johns contest. He won it, but he didn't win it by votes. He was chosen beforehand, and they augmented his votes with this Ice Earth death metal thing. Chauncey said that he was chosen. Howard told him he chose him before the contest even started, and his whole thing was to be homoerotically obsessed with KC Armstrong. That's how he got his foot in the door. He did all the song
parodies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now he's
bizarre.
actually just really disgusting. We've decided he's kind of one of the most vile guys on there, and I want to do a whole Richard Christie.
Yeah, they're
show.
begging us for a Richard and Sal.
They really are begging for it. So no, 700 clips. I know we put more into this show than they put into the show, so it's pretty friggin' pathetic.
I put more effort into the show getting here to be on this show than Howard puts in all month.
This is true. This is true. So let's talk about Richard and his disgusting things that he has eaten in the past.
Yeah.
And I have a comment. So let's go with the first one.
So when you serve the turtle, like I guess you slice it in like what you do with a roast beef, like you kind of just have slivers, you know, and then maybe some potatoes on the side or some kind of fixins.
Yeah, well, probably potatoes. That's right. But from what I remember, I think when it's in a crock pot, it's more like a pulled pork type consistency.
He's talking about basically his father, I think, ran over a snapping turtle, so they took it home.
Right, that's not weird. I mean, that's
that's not weird. Oh, that's not weird. Oh, that's not
no,
weird.
it isn't. To me, that's not weird. Eating a snapping turtle is not weird.
Turtle that you ran over is not weird.
Oh, you ran over? All right, that's borderline.
Okay, how about this one? Let's go with this one.
You know what? One of the grossest things I ever ate was a tongue, a bull tongue.
That's delicious.
So I couldn't even bite through it. It was nasty.
It
looked like a tongue. It looked like a giant tongue. It was the weirdest thing. My grandma made.
It's from 2007, Monique. This is what, the 10th time I've heard this exact conversation.
Tongue is phenomenal when it's cooked nice and slow and low.
Oh, Xavier, we have had a conversation about your pedestrian eating habits. You have buds of a 12-year-old. There's no fucking way you are going to tell me that you think that tongue is delicious.
Tongue is delicious.
It's actually delicious.
It's
who has more eating arrested development?
It works best if you don't know what meat you're eating.
Oh, who has more risk? Xavier.
Beth or Xavier?
Xavier. For
really?
Sure. Only because I know him.
But he eats traditional food that he doesn't eat now and laters and Dorito sandwiches and sugar sandwiches like Beth does.
I know what this man eats on a daily basis, and I'm telling you that he literally has the taste buds of a 12-year-old. Like that's pretty much where he stopped his culinary.
I've been eating tongue since I've been like 5 or 4. It's delicious.
Although I did try sweetbreads and I loved it when I was in Argentina.
Sweetbreads is good stuff too.
So you've never been to like one of those what's the places, those Texas meat places where they just keep bringing meat to you, and it always starts off with
Brazilian.
It's Brazilian. Thank you. It starts off with like, would you like some, like
chicken?
No, some beef, and then chicken, and then like later it's like, we like some rabbit. Would you like some hamster?
How about some gooey? How about gooey?
It's like it keeps just digressing as you go along, and you're like, yeah, sure. You have that little card where it's red and green. Where as long as it's green, they just keep bringing you meat.
Yes. Texas de Brazil.
There you go.
There's a trick to eating at those places, as you know. You can't go to the all-you-can-eat salad bar. You can't.
No, the bread. They want you to eat the bread.
You can't eat the bread. You can't have the soup. You just have to wait for the meat. You have to know, and then you can't mix your meats, or else you'll be fucking sick for days on end. It's like mixing alcohol. You shouldn't really mix your beef with your pork, your chicken. It's not good for your system.
I agree.
I went to one in Barbados, believe it or not, and toward the end of the night, it was like, would you like 5-year-old boy? It's like they just carried you a piece.
You saw the same one.
The end of the night, I was like,
put it up there. Right? It's
like, sure, why not? Why not?
And then you turn your thing over to red, and it's like, no, ma.
Oh, you know what? I never turned it over to red that night.
Never. Okay, it's just it's okay. I don't know about tongue. Look at it.
So good. It is so incredibly good.
What's
it's
the
just another muscle.
What's the texture?
It's
a little tougher.
It's almost like a pulled meat, kind of. I guess.
No,
I don't know.
No,
it's slow cooked. It's solid. It's slow cooking. You slice it thin.
It's a tongue. It's literally this part of your.
It's still a piece of meat.
Plus a whole thing.
Mo, I know you. If you didn't know what it was, you would. And you ate it, love it. Think it was fucking awesome.
I 1000% will try anything once. I really will. And I'm not a. I am.
You don't know what it is. You would love it because it's very tasty. It when it's cooked slow, it has nice. It's tender. Oh my God, it's just the most incredible thing ever.
All
Just
right, we'll
come on,
see.
put a brioche bun. Oh my, it's so
It looks
good.
it looks gross because it's a tongue, but once it's cut up, it's like fucking so good.
Dennis, you're the Paul Newman of drunk driving. Welcome aboard.
What?
I'm just kidding.
I mean, in Tijuana, they have like these tacos, street tacos.
Yeah.
And tacos de lengua are always one of the favorites.
Tongue taco? Tongue taco.
Tacos de lengua. So
Taco
De
tongue?
lingua.
yeah.
My mother, when I was a
That's
little
just maybe
girl,
Italian.
when I was a little girl in Williamsburg, Greenpoint, we used to go to this old Italian mafioso restaurant called
Sonny
Milo's.
Black.
And at Milo's, my mother would order. I've told the story, and I think it's just the most disgusting thing in the world, and this is why I can't eat tongue. My mother used to order something called gabutzel, and it was half a goat's head. I mean, they literally just fucking cut the goat's head right in half and then roasted it hot in the fucking oven with the eye, like
the eyes aren't bad. The
and
brain
the
I have
tongue
trouble
and
with.
and my mother, you would think that she literally just got out of a holding pen at a concentration camp. The way she fucking used to eat this thing,
I'm gonna eat ya.
It was vile. It's actually the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
The eyes are the best part. Actually, the eyes are the best part. The brain, I'm not so big
See, I
on.
wouldn't do it.
The
I wouldn't
cheeks
do
are
it.
delicious.
I
What?
wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it.
Really?
No, I did the cuy. I did the cuy in Ecuador, and that is as
Dude,
far as I will go.
The
Cuy.
grossest thing ever is in Japan. They have these almost hatched eggs that they eat.
The 1,000-year-old eggs.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's an egg, but it's got a bird inside of it. That's like it's not even like the yolk. It's what, like,
It's a fertilized egg.
Yeah.
It's where it's
it's a
they
fertilized.
call it the egg with legs. It's like really gross.
Wow.
Oh no. That's no. That's a no. I won't eat that. That I draw the line.
I tried this. Hold on, I will show you. And I've tried things. I've been to
Spleen is
I've
really
been to
good.
Finland. I've tried reindeer. I've had whale. I've had puffin. I mean, I'm not a shameful eater. I will
Manatee.
try anything. Okay, this is cuy. Okay. You need to study this. This is fucking
Oh yeah, guinea pig. Yeah.
guinea pig.
Yeah, it's
Look
the only
at
good
it,
use
though.
for them. They're
Look at
pretty
it.
tasty.
Look at it. Okay.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with that. I hate guinea pigs. So
send
that's
that picture to
perfectly fine.
Beth, Dennis, on Instagram.
Okay,
Send
so
that picture to Beth.
So as we swing back around to Howard and discussing Richard, the point of this whole story, and thank you, John, for actually bringing us back into the world.
I didn't mean to.
Let's go to
who hates us all.
Let's go to this clip.
Pickled pig's feet.
Oh,
It was
pickle.
and it's a hoof, and you just chew the meat off of the
that's
side
so
of it.
good.
It
Oh
was
my God, I love
fucking
that.
gross.
like
It's in
an animal.
Yeah, it was in a
Yeah.
big jar, a pickled jar.
Oh.
And it
uh,
still had nails and all that. It was like,
yeah, from what I remember, it's just a hoof with a white hoof with white meat on the side of it.
Okay, so you guys are reading into exactly what I'm going to say right now. Who the fuck was crying 2 days ago about a goddamn pig that was going to slaughter because
God,
some
you're so
stupid
right.
fucking family down in Palm Beach wanted,
Amen, sister.
rent a pig so that they can put a fucking tutu on it and put it on Instagram?
Preach, sister.
Who's chuckle heartily about fucking pig's feet
He
now?
called the CEO.
2 minutes ago, you were crying your eyes about poor Bella the fucking pig. And now
she must be
everything's a
delicious.
fucking chuckle.
Yeah, from what I remember, it's just a hoof with a white hoof with white meat on the side of it.
Where's the histrionic hussy now storming the radio show? Still sleeping? Great point, Monique. The next day, the hypocrisy comes out. The next day. This isn't like, 2 months later. This is the next day.
So,
He shits on Beth.
So Bella the pig, not funny. Pig's feet, funny.
Yeah.
Hysterical.
Okay, I get
Exactly.
And they're in flyover states too, Dennis. Those pigs don't count.
That's
right?
I
Kansas
ate
pigs don't
pig's
count.
feet in New York. What are you talking about?
I'm
And
talking about in
lovely-
Howard
this
size to fly
lovely
over
family
state.
didn't pay $4,500, which probably equals out to like $15 a pound, where pork goes
which
for like
makes
$1.99
87
these
cents a
days.
pound.
They got ripped off too. You know, that's
Well,
slaughterhouse
good.
wrapping all the way to the bacon
Good.
part. Yeah, good. Fuck it. Okay, so
They're
let's move
good,
on.
they're good.
This was like a really. I'm sorry. What did you just say?
I'm sorry.
They're good. 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 They are very good. They're good. Good. Good.
We should make a song out of that.
Oh, easily.
Bon Jovi, are you here? I thought I saw
Well,
you.
he's in the
cooking.
Hamptons and that, Monique. Kind of mash them together.
Oh my God, I
I
really.
want to feel the sun. They're good.
Yeah. That's good.
I mean, come on. Let's be honest. For the right pair of shoes, Beth would throw that pig into a jet engine in a
Oh my.
heartbeat.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly.
Wait, no, a red carpet or to go to the Met Gala.
Exactly.
That
Yes,
pig would go into
Met
a
Gala.
jet engine.
Leave home
Shut
into
up.
the
She
meat
would do
grinder.
what Kylie Jenner did with the fucking stuffed
Exactly.
lion head. She would literally put Bella's fucking pig head.
Do it for me.
For me. Do it
That's
for
so
me.
good, Dennis. Save
Hey.
these two swines or front row seats at the Met Gala.
Oh,
What
you
the hell
kidding
Met
me?
Gala.
She would do it for. She would do it for the right DDLG outfit. I ain't going anywhere. I'm going to put it out there. There will be a DDLG reference on every show
You love-
until
Yeah,
Christmas
you've
break.
mastered DDLG humor
DDLG.
already.
There will
DDLG.
be- I ain't going anywhere.
I wrote it down just so that we wouldn't forget it.
Oh, you don't have to write. I wrote it down
DDLG.
right here, right in my brain.
It's my brain.
My brain.
Mm. Okay, so we're gonna
DDLG.
That's true.
move on a little bit.
Creepy
Move
mother.
for 45. Do
Go-
Aussies really eat grew tongue?
Ooh, do they?
I don't
Farman,
know.
Are you here?
I've known nothing about Australia except that it's up down there.
Oh, Lauren Marie, it's okay to be a pescatarian. Let me ask you a question. So, would a pescatarian eat crustaceans, or is it just fish? I'm just
Lives
curious
in the
about
ocean.
that.
There's no face.
I know, but in the Jewish religion, as you know, most people, because they are bottom feeders,
Right, they
are
won't
not
eat
allowed
that.
to eat lobster.
Which makes them even more
Lauren's
delicious.
a very independent thinker, Monique. She walks to her own drummer. She's very valued in the Deppening communities with her ninth gate knowledge. She truly is.
There you go.
Very eccentric broad.
Yeah,
That's the
okay.
seal of
I love
approval right
animals
there.
too. I never want to
So-
see the face of something that I'm going to eat.
I
Never.
don't care.
I don't. Oh,
You know
I-
what though? We do need a DDLGT
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna make one.
and put Beefus's face on it.
No, I can't do
D-
that.
Can't do that. Can't put Beefus's face on it.
I mean, come on, we make like $5 a year, man. We're gonna be sued into oblivion.
Cockroaches in
Confirmed.
the sea. You know what? Once I realized what assholes lobsters are, I have no
They are.
like. Oh my god, they're such.
I-
People
Boil
think
them
they,
alive, baby. Boil them alive.
people think they put the little rubber bands on their claws so they won't bite you or pinch you. They do that so they don't eat each other while they're in that little holding pen.
That's true.
Correct.
They would
You know
absolutely
you know what? You know who loves lobster more than us? Lobster.
They're disgusting, but they're delicious. They're delicious and disgusting all at the
I'm
same
going to
time.
put
with a
rubber
little
bands
butter.
on Beth's
Both
hands so she
things,
can't
both
talk
things
with them.
can be true at the same time, right, Xavier?
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
Okay, eating pickled pig's
I'm a
feet.
lobstertarian.
Okay.
God, that's
Hey,
great.
Mo,
That's
you know
classic
who
sucker,
loves
huh?
lobster?
Who?
The Toltecs. Oh, that's the other thing. There'll be a Toltec reference from now until Christmas. You won't see it coming, but it'll be there.
You got praise from Michael Frazier for the Benny
Wow.
Hill reference yesterday.
Wow.
Oh, I have to put my air conditioning on. I'm hot now. I'm
Don't worry, the
Mine
front's
is
coming.
the
You're gonna get
Toltecs.
rain real soon. Don't worry.
I saw that it's going to
It
be.
was, it was nasty. I
I
was
saw
driving.
that tomorrow is going to be 53. Oh, 48 on Friday. All right, hold on. I gotta put the AC on. Hold on.
we went down the rabbit hole of Battlestar Galactica in 1978.
Oh my
And
God.
Mo found it
The
amazing
Cylon
that they
Raiders.
used Toltecs as a reference in the beginning of the monologue. Some believe.
Oh, I love that. That was so good. That was-
there.
Oh, my Dirk Benedict over here.
Exactly.
Nice.
You know, I was telling Mo
It's-
recently that
He was.
I mean,
Howard
I was
guest.
like a little kid when that show was on, and those guys were like gods to me. Then later as an adult, see them in line for fucking pretzels at fucking Comic-Con was kind of depressing.
I thought it was a very good looking show for 1979.
Oh, yeah, that is
whatever
like
the-
Galactic right now. So.
Yeah.
It was just sad to see Lauren Green. That was like it for him.
With that, yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Can I play that? You know, I'm not even going to play the.
Nah, they'll kick it. They'll kick the
It's so
show
funny
off.
because he
G
decided.
Canada's upset that we have to run AC down here. Oh, too bad.
What?
It was 80. It was 84 today. I laid out in the sun. It was great.
So yeah, I bought this stupid papusa chair or whatever the fuck they're called, and I can't really sit outside because the no-see-ums kill me. So I sit in this papusa chair. Papusa? Okay, it's just a round chair with a round cushion. And it was just so delicious outside, wasn't it today, Dennis?
It was warm. It was nice.
It was
laid
really
out in the
warm.
sun. It was good.
It was just
nice.
really nice.
It's good. It's good.
Good. It's good. It was good. It's good. See, I got a little bit of color. Nice. Yeah.
They're good. They're good. They're good. They're good.
I'm not doing it. Okay. So let's go on. This was like a weird exchange. So they went on for like 40 minutes about the Bengals and a papusa chair. Papusa. It's a pussy chair. Yes, of course.
Moni, please tell me he's mispronouncing bangles again. Please, I just can't get enough for 3 hours.
What do you know?
Please.
It's a
no, but
comical
it was
genius.
It's so reductive.
It was a weird exchange. So just hear this for a second. Oh, very funny, Benjamin. It's just hear this for a second and tell me what you think. Here we go.
I love it. All right, JD, good luck with your Bengals. Richard, good luck with your who knows?
Good luck,
We'll see what
Chiefs.
happens.
Go Chiefs.
Go Bengals.
Bingo.
You know, this is the whole exchange, and I didn't do anything different to this clip.
Bengals.
Bengals.
Bingo.
Cincinnati.
Bengals.
Cincinnati Bengals. That's how you
Walk
say
like
it.
an Egyptian.
Bingos.
Walk like an
Yeah.
Egyptian.
Susanna Hoffs.
Bingos.
Bengals.
Zeppelin.
The
Led
Cincinnati
Zeppelin.
Bingos.
Thanks, guys.
Holy shit.
Holy shit! Are you gonna buy that?
Hold the phone. What is wrong with you, Millennium Tower Skeleton?
He really
Get
is a
that bathing
resident
suit,
at the
'cause
Millennium
I
Towers.
need to clean my driveway.
Monique, this is the DDLG kitten bathing suit and lunch. Oh.
Hello.
You motherfucker. I'm going to order it right now.
I think Millennial Tom's about to get refused to accept a donation in his email.
I am going to order that fucking kitten bathing suit.
I can't wait.
I am doing it. You are so fucking funny. That is amazing. Yeah, okay. You know, it's so funny. I was talking to Xavier. I was like, I was surprised that the guys never didn't come through to do like the donation so that I would buy the things. He's like, well, it's a good thing, don't you think? I'm like, yeah, it's a really good thing. So now I don't have to buy it. And then fucking Millennium Tower Skeleton bastard.
What a
I bet he's related to the Toltecs.
It's a she. It's a she. It's a she. It's not a he.
Same thing.
MTS is a she. Thank you. And I'm
DDLG.
going to buy it. You bitch. Oh my God. I should look and see if they have DDLG bathing suits.
Beth Gary Puppet. Yes, Susanna Hoffs couldn't age any better. 60 has never looked better than Susanna. 60,
Yeah,
whatever
she
she's
looks
62. Great. Doesn't get
I
any.
need to take up a collection so Mo can get the hat too. Yeah, no. See, that's where I draw the line. It's gonna be one of those things I will absolutely
Canada.
I would absolutely wear a black bathing suit that says kitten on it, even though I don't like cats. But okay. Oh, sweet Mo Camel Toe. Okay, you're all being really close now, so stop it.
Right. It'll be great when I get to wear it and clean my driveway. I can't wait to upset my neighbors. I'm really looking forward
That's
to
what
that.
Howard
That is
did,
a
Dennis.
visual I don't want. It's a visual I don't want.
Let's put Dennis in a bikini and have him hooves down his driveway. They can lose about 40 pounds.
I really do wish there was like an Ethiopian contingent here selling like fake stuff on the street, because I would buy those gigantic sunglasses, but I refuse to pay retail for that. That's one of those things that I would never wear. Ergo, it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, I can't find any places that sell the imitation.
Oh my God, you got it,
ginger.
Linda. Stop.
Her whole knee will be hanging out.
My whole asshole will be hanging out.
Kaiser.
I'm definitely going to wear it. I'm definitely going to buy it. I will let you all know when it has.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
I'm going to put it on my Instagram. Yes, I will do exactly that.
By the way,
but I
make sure
don't have a
you
stupid
check
hat.
out our store with our gunk lotion
I don't
before this happens. All proceeds go to me.
This is for the black kitten, but for Dennis.
It's a TJ Maxx bikini, Dennis.
There you go.
Oh, this is so funny. I'm so scared for myself.
Kirkland 2-piece.
I'm so scared for myself. Thank God it's a one piece. I'm not tan. My stomach is not tan. I've not been out in the sun at all.
Nice.
Okay.
But
so
my
now-
ass isn't tan, so this is gonna be great.
So let's talk about Howard and his scary knowledge of music. And this was so stupid.
More embarrassing shit coming up.
I don't really know the song, but that he was talking about. Oh, Target has them? Okay, Chaka. Okay, I will then do that. I can actually wear them for my Eladia Baldwin thing too, because she's wearing some stupid friggin' gigantic sunglasses now too. Yes, of course I'm going to wear it for the show. Silly. It's all about the show. I'll post it on Instagram, but I'll wear it for the show.
Ooh.
Silly.
Ooh la la.
Let's listen to this clip about him and music. Here we go.
He loves Patti Smith's version of his song. He loves
this is about
He
Bruce
wrote that
Springsteen.
for her, as far as I can remember.
No, he did not.
No,
he wrote
he
it, and
No, he
what
didn't.
happened was that music producer dude heard it and gave it to
Typo
Patti.
negative in the
and
background.
Bruce was gracious, and like
Bruce was
I
gracious.
think Bruce
See,
kind of like
everyone uses
Manfred
that
Mann's Earth Band's version of what is it, Gary?
I'm pretty
Blinded by the
I'm
light.
almost sure that Bruce had written the chorus, but he had no verses.
That's
And then
right.
Patty wrote the verses.
That's right. He didn't write it for Patti though. He had this thing,
This is
and
the-
then
this is the
what's the
conversation.
guy's name who was the
Yeah,
producer?
Jimmy
that's what I thought it
Iovine.
was in the background.
Jimmy Iovine said, "Hey, Bruce, you mind if I give this to
Idiot.
Patti and let her?" And he goes, "Yeah, let her finish it." Listen, I'm like Casey Kasem Jr. over here. Nobody challenged me.
So
Don't challenge him because somebody wrote it for him. Wait, there was an F. Mary Kill I wanted to do.
Oh.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
it was
in the
the
Ron
background,
Happy
Howard,
Days.
Donnie Most, or
It was Happy
Foxy.
Days.
Go, Dennis, while I ponder this.
the in the background they were playing Typo Negative,
Yes.
Cinnamon Girl, which
Right.
and then he talks about Bruce Springsteen. Well, but Typo Negative is 1,000 times more interesting than Bruce Springsteen. It's just
Because
Jesus
Bruce
Christ.
Springsteen is part of the Beatles thing that we discussed yesterday, where
I know,
there's
I know.
nothing needed to be learned about Bruce Springsteen anymore.
No,
Like,
Typo
we're-
Negative, absolutely cool. Saw them at Guavaween in Tampa.
Did
Fun
you?
band. Yes, I did for
Interesting.
$5. Yeah, they were fun, man. Such a
Five-
happy band.
Big fucking spender.
Is
Such
there
a
anything
humble
worse than
person.
Gary bum rushing the studio anytime musical nerd facts come in?
What do you mean
He
rushing
has
the
to
studio? You mean
go,
turning
Hey,
on
boss.
Zoom?
Hey, boss.
Mike?
I saw Scritti Politti with Ross Sapin.
Ron Howard, Donnie Most, Anson Williams. Donnie Most is the ginger. Anson Williams with dark hair.
Yeah,
Ralph
you don't want the
Ron
ginger.
Howard is the ginger. Ooh, this is not good.
Laura Marie has taste. She likes Typo.
Okay. I would fuck Anson Williams. I would kill Donnie Most, and I would marry Ron Howard.
Absolutely. There's the right choice.
That's
Yes,
the
he's
right
a famous director
That's the
now.
right
So
choice.
That's the right choice. All right, here we
he's
go. So next up is
one of the best jokes ever. Oh, you got that freeze? I think
Uh-oh.
it froze.
You
Thank you,
did.
Jeremy.
You did freeze.
Okay, I'm gonna move on.
Let's move
So
on.
I froze.
oh my goodness, there are people actually thanking their speakers right now because of that. You know that, right? You're still.
Well,
you're
the
still-
joke was
What?
Ralph Malph's dad was an eye doctor. And he
Dentist.
goes, "Hey,
Oh, is it I?
the other day I
Dentist.
fell into my lens grinder, and made a spectacle of myself."
Oh yeah, he wanted to be a comedian, right?
Oh.
They used to tell knock Jokes to each other. Ralph's dad.
That's kind of like the
It was
dentist.
funny when I was a kid.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
that was very funny.
I'll shut up
back
now.
then.
YouTube's gonna go crazy on us now.
Eject.
What are you doing back there?
He ejected. Okay, So then he wanted to let us know about what's coming up next week. And so now we can probably say with certainty
112%.
111 can now be 112.
112%. I was right.
Is not going to be in next week. Here we go.
Couple of things here I wanted to get to. First of all, this is just a programming note. There's going to be a special. I don't know who keeps track of this shit, but this is crazy. I never would have kept track of this.
Marcy.
But here it is. This month marks writer Benji Bronk's 25th anniversary of working on our show.
Yay! Wow, who knew? 25 years?
Shit, who gives a fuck?
25 years.
Benji Bronk.
25 years. And I guess we're going to celebrate on Howard 101.
Yeah, so.
But you know what? You know what's so bizarre? He ran through the entire bit of what they're going to be playing. I mean, literally, he played almost everything.
Absolutely.
And never said that it was going to be on Monday.
Yeah, well, that's true. I was thinking the same thing, Dennis. He's not actually saying I'm going on vacation. He can't actually say those words. There's never full transparency. It's always like tease the special, but I'm not saying I'm going away next week. He can't actually say
now
that.
The theory is
he's already away.
Or whatever the hell, I'm off.
Yeah, I know, going on vacation nowhere. But the theory is around the campfire is that it may be 2 weeks because Manskin is coming in the week after.
No,
doing
weekend.
the thing.
Weekend.
The Friday, the week after.
It's a weekend. It's the weekend of the Grammys. It's
right.
Saturday. They're
not
playing
next
Saturday.
week. The week after next is when they're coming in and be February.
They're not coming in. They're doing a thing.
Well, they're doing whatever the bullshit is. They're doing a concert bullshit
but it's not a live. They're doing a thing.
No, it's recorded.
What's the other guy's name? What's that guy's name? Tom Morello.
Yeah. Tom Morello.
They're doing a thing with Tom Morello, and then they are broadcasting it on 101.
Right,
so
but
it's not
it's
even
not
like it's a thing.
It's not February 4th. No, it's February 3rd. It's February 10th that's happening.
Where's the talk is around which table, Dennis? It was
during the thread this morning. There was discussion, and it actually makes sense because he's going to have another special the week after. Maybe he won't be in. It could be a possibility. He takes 2 weeks off.
So because these freaks are doing a 1-hour show, that's enough reason for him to not come in the following Monday.
Yes. We got to remember what we're talking about. We're talking about a pelican.
I know. You know what? I know that. That's actually.
You don't think it's too much to ask that we have paying subscribers that he actually says when he's off and just fully articulates?
Oh no, you got to guess.
Then you've got to guess. Oh, you're so mysterious, Howard. When are you off? Oh my God, we'll tune in. Tell us what your ratings are. What was his reason? He thinks we're going to tune in because he wants to. We're going to be fooled by the start of it. Whatever his rationale is.
I mean, look at the day after MLK Day. He just shows up on air like
he's having a fill-in host, Dennis. You didn't hear? Next week?
No one's expecting it. No one gave a shit.
Artie's filling in next week.
They are having a guest host for the Benji thing. We'll come to that just in a little while. Let me move on a little bit because we have a lot of clips.
Hang on.
To get to.
Yes, Gary Puppet. Let's make that happen.
What?
Hasn't happened yet?
The Super Bowl squares.
Oh my God! Thank you for reminding me. Yes, Gary and I talked
there.
today. Gary Puppet will be in charge of the Super Bowl squares this year, like he was, and he did a fabulous job with it last year. And you guys were amazing because the people who participated came to RadioGunk.com. It doesn't cost anything to participate, but so many of you donated money towards the squares, and people actually got really, really good. I think the top prizes, I think it was like $250, maybe it's like, I think it was like 50, 100, 150, 200, or even more than that. I think we wound up collecting like $1,000.
We gave away a lot of money
for the Super Bowl.
Any of it. I
didn't get dick.
Hey, listen, you know what? It was free to join, and neither of you put money into the Super Bowl poll. Okay,
I've donated before, so I give up my time. I give up a lot of time.
We pay you in clips. Exactly. So
clips.
Yeah, Autobot nailed it. He's really on a permanent staycation, isn't he? Isn't this what this life is?
Literally.
Like that Aerosmith album. permanent staycation. That's exactly what it is.
That is exactly right.
What it's set
That
up.
is exactly right. So there is not a suggested price. Basically, what it is some people donate 50, some people donate 10. We don't want it to be something where anybody is obligated to do anything. That's always the way we've rolled. There's no price to pay for being part of the gunk world. So we want people to be able to enjoy the fruits of our fucking labor. And, people contribute if they want to, and if they don't, that's okay too. It's really okay. All right, so let's go on a little bit and segue into it's so stupid. So they're doing this whole Benji thing, and it's so weird how every single game that they have now is just something he plays with Robin. Like there's no other conversation anymore. No comedians. There's no funny. It's just like, okay, well, let's segue into Benji and let's play a game.
Benji's late for lots of things, and he always has an excuse. In fact, he's been late to so many things.
Look how horrible this
He's
read
late for
is.
lots of things, and he always has an excuse. In fact, he's been late to so many things that we created a game around it. Let's see how you do, Robin. Yeah, to celebrate Benji's 25th anniversary, let's play What Was Benji's Excuse? Hi, everybody. I'm Howard Stern. Let's play What Was Benji's
Hi, everybody. I'm Howard Stern.
Making a game out of this because then it only encourages bad behavior.
I mean, this is literally what he's doing.
70 writers.
And they give him a piece of paper and he's reading like a retard.
And those 70 writers are so brilliant that they also came up with an amazing song.
Well, Benji, what do we do now? Don't be late. Don't be late. I don't know what to do with you. Don't be late. Don't be late.
70 people.
Wow, you're late. What do you think I should do?
Yeah, this is a song.
Okay.
You got to put that beat to. You got to put that beat to. They're good. They're good. They're good. And I want to feel the sun.
They're good. They're good. They're good. They're good. They're good.
God, I hate him so much. Okay. So 70 writers came up with that. Benji.
That's your Z Morning Zoo at work, Affy. That's what that is. That is lower than a Z Morning Zoo.
Don't insult Z Morning Zoo.
I know. You're right.
Dennis' whole team Scott Shannon. So
hey, I'm sorry, but Shannon actually made a product that actually was usually fresh and you knew when it was going to be on and it was entertaining and got you through the day. This is not any of those. This is awful.
I never really listened to radio with any frequency whatsoever other than Howard Stern. No lie.
Well, same here. But from what I heard, it was much better than this. I mean, considerably better than this. And insulting Z Morning Zoos with this, not right.
Yeah.
Well, at least they're honest about their cornballdom. These morning zoos, they're not trying to be edgy. They don't think they're edgy. They don't put it out like they are.
They know exactly who they are.
They know exactly who they are.
Understood the assignment, and they knew what they needed to do to just segue you into songs. And because that's really what they were. Yes, it was a Z Morning Zoo, but they played music, so it was kind of like a mix of talk show and funny and bits and music. But first and foremost, it was music.
We're not clashing with the FCC. This is easily digestible bullshit for people who don't want to be rattled. Here you go. We know what we are.
But, the brilliance, this is the brilliance of Shannon, is that he made a formula and he sold that formula to many different stations across the United States. And
Dennis,
he
I
owned
didn't
the
realize
rights
you're such a Rocky Dennis-ophile. That's
I
know, play
right?
Rocky Dennis.
He's got a whole thing going on there.
You love Scott Shannon. Look at this.
But no, it's just he's in radio terms, he's actually a genius because he created an entire format that he owned and sold.
Yeah.
Unlike the clown that is behind me.
And Scott.
Dennis Scott and Todd sitting in a tree.
AI.
There's a tree on my house.
He actually started in Tampa to be.
Oh, I thought he was from St. Louis.
No, he started in Tampa.
Oh my God, 30 clips. Let's go. So here
30 more?
Benji, no. So Benji, the chick who does the Ivana Trump.
Oh God,
voice,
Samantha something or other.
and starts talking about how Benji, hey, what happened? Starts talking about how Benji was late for her father's funeral. And whilst she was happy that he actually showed up, they thought it was like a part of his narcissism to be late so that everybody will notice him coming in. So as they're kind of beating up on him about this, he does this little subtle dig that I don't think either Howard or Robin actually heard, but here it is.
Her dad loved her being on the show and how much he loved the show and how he was so
Benji's,
creative
knock it
himself.
off. It's so disrespectful.
No, you're right. I should have been on time like you and Robin.
Ah!
Yeah, you should be on time. You could.
He meant basically to the funeral as if you guys fucking went, but I did. That's, I think, what the dig was.
Never hold a real job. Hey,
Did you think I wasn't going to find out, Benji? I mean, I never really thought we were going to be talking about this, and again, I'm very grateful that you came. That was very, very sweet. And you and I have had very nice conversations. But
it was sweet, but I mean, don't be late. Yeah.
So of course they ran with this for a little while. And of course, you get into the vortex that is Benji.
Yeah.
And then you have to kind of start psychoanalyzing Benji. And of course, that always leads to some form of father hunger. That's just the way it works. Yes, Dennis.
So how's he football there? Like, we all hate the wig, but there's no way that Scott Shannon is more successful. In radio eyes, Shannon is more successful than Howard. Howard is done.
How you deem success. It depends your definition.
Howard is finished as a radio person 20 years ago. He's finished 20 years ago. Shannon still has Z Morning Zoos going on all over the United States. So tell me who's more successful, the dinosaur that no longer anybody knows is on the radio, or the guy that has the formats that still work? Because that Z Morning Zoo still works.
John? Okay, John? Okay.
Yeah, I think it's all arbitrary what your definition of success is. Some might say Howard has no accountability. He has no human resources. He's not subjected to ratings. And I mean, we don't. I mean, his game was that he doesn't have to acknowledge his listeners. That was his game. He considers that success because he has
got
no
a payday, but creatively he has nothing anymore. He is literally a footnote at this point. That's somebody that was on the radio up to 2005. No one knows where he is.
You're out of your fucking mind.
All right, I can go to 100 people right now and ask them about Howard Stern. They would stare at me. Oh yeah, he used to be on the radio.
Scott Shannon, in terms of
Scott Shannon, they would go, oh yeah, he was the Z Morning Zoo guy. Literally, the difference between the two is immense at this point because Shannon's legacy lives in that Z Morning Zoo. Howard is now a dinosaur that went to Sirius for a payday. That is no longer exists. He no longer exists in anybody's consciousness because he's behind a $9 a month paywall. So you tell me. I'm just saying
we'd have to poll every radio listener, Dennis, in the United States to tell them what the national in
Oh
order
my
to
God!
know
Look at what Carlos
that
Sierra Alpha says, and he's exactly right. 30 MF clips. So let's move on and go to Benji's father hunger for
that he never got the proper attention as a child that he needed, and that he wasn't looked upon with any kind of.
That's not true.
Oh, I know it's true. You are hungry. Why do you think you overeat? Why do you think you're late? You want attention so bad. You want people to focus on you so badly. You must have explored this with your therapist.
Are you scared shitless now?
So, okay, sorry, skip to the next clip. As John loves to remind us on a consistent basis.
Yep.
Benji's sister is named Robin Bronk, and she's part of the Creative Coalition. She's actually the CEO of the Creative Coalition.
So she's the head muckety muck.
Yeah. Okay. Which is the leading national nonprofit, nonpartisan social and public advocacy organization of the arts and entertainment industry. As CEO, Bronk is dedicated to educating, mobilizing, and activating the entertainment industry and arts community on issues of public importance, particularly the First Amendment, arts advocacy, arts and education, and media literacy. Since being appointed to the position in April 2010, well, she's been there a while, she has exponentially grown the Creative Coalition's operating budget by designing and instituting corporate sponsorship programs, muckety-muck, blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
Blah, blah, blah.
Jesus.
Blah, blah, blah. Mm.
Go down to HBO.
So she's an author and public speaker, produced a feature film airing on Showtime called Pollywood.
What?
Directed by Academy Award winner Barry Levinson. Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
She's produced several award-winning public service announcement campaigns, served as
Holy
spokesperson
shit.
for a creative frequent speaker, blah, blah, blah. She's been featured in the Times, Wall Street Journal. So she's a big fucking shot.
Hillary Clinton campaigns. I don't know where that's written in there, but it's
Prior to her appointment,
okay.
Bronk served as Vice President of Corporate Community Strategies for APCO Worldwide Independent.
This is how you're a Benji and you last on this show. She funnels guests to the show. I actually asked Elisa Giordano one time just before we did our show. I got on her show and I called in and they cut me off because I was bringing up Benji's sister, and I got her to admit that Benji's sister funnels guests to the show.
You know, it's so funny when you look at shit like this, and that people actually have jobs where they're CEOs of companies that I A, never heard of, B, don't know anything about anything that they have ever done. All these different mentorships, teachers making a difference, Capitol Hill Leader Advisory, all these fucking circle jerk groups of shit where people literally just fucking talk to hear themselves talk. I hate fucking meetings. I hate coalitions. All this shit. I think it's just such.
Yeah, if you want to sound important, like, just throw coalition at the end of your name. That's really
Absolutely.
good. Just put the Armed Coalition.
Seriously, fuck off with all of this shit.
It's like she took her LinkedIn and just wrote it in long form and just paragraphed it out.
It's absolutely.
Well, I mean, the thing is, she can kind of do this. She is a CEO, so she can do that whole big bullshit.
Yes, that's her job. I get it.
But this is how Benji has the
tribe,
Buckwell
John
connection.
Yeah.
This is how Benji survives on this show.
I say it all the time. I don't know how he gets a pass. The worst times of the Stern Show are with him at the head writer. I judge everything shitty out of Howard's mouth coming from him. If you hear him on the air, there's no other way to connect it. He's the worst. There's a couple of decent pranks he did. What Dan?
But Robin Bronk is that protective shield.
You know, you guys keep saying this, but for some reason, I feel like so we're going to talk about that now, though.
He also would write a book, Monique, if he
Absolutely.
got whacked. He'd be the first guy to capitalize on the book we all want.
Oh, absolutely. But you know, he makes a decent living being on the Stern Show.
Benji's salary, Dennis, is probably one of the most contemplated thing by our circles in terms of what does Benji always comes up. We kind of know, we know what Howard makes, we kind of know what Robin makes, we kind of know what Fred makes, we kind of know what Gary makes. Benji's salary is always the one.
Didn't we figure it was like 300 or like 200 or 300 somewhere? It was actually real money.
You could ask Sabian maybe,
Doesn't
Monique.
he live at the fucking Y? Like, seriously?
He's just weird. He thinks he's Andy Kaufman. He wants to do weird shit.
Yes.
It's just so bizarre.
He's very bizarre. I hate his shtick. I hate everything about who he is and what he contributes to the show.
Look how much money he was giving to Lisa Giordano. I mean, shit, he was paying her rent. I mean, seriously.
I know.
I have stories. Okay, so let's talk about Howard never fires anyone. I really did love this clip. This is probably my clip of the night. So let's talk about this really quickly.
Are you scared shitless now about being late again? Like when I wake up in the morning, I have 3 alarms, and I'm like, if I snooze one, I'm like shitting myself.
He's not. You know why he's not scared about being late? I'm going to tell you why. I'm the problem. I don't blame Benji for this. I'm the kind of boss that puts up with a lot of shit. I am. I feel bad for people. I don't like firing people. I'm not, all the years I've been doing radio, you could count on one hand the amount of people we had to say goodbye to.
Scott, Shuley, Brent.
Yeah.
Lisa G.
Yep.
The entire
Howard TV.
Howard TV.
Howard TV.
Who are genuinely talented in some respects.
Who else we got?
KC.
KC.
They fired KC.
Yes, they did.
Mm-hmm.
You said Artie, right?
Artie got fired.
Yeah, he got fired.
Artie got fired.
The Crone, the Crone
one hand.
Yes. Okay, so sure. Let's continue. Hold on. Let me move back just a little bit.
By the way, this show, Monique, has no reason to be time sensitive. There's nothing about this show that needs to be live, needs to be on time, needs to be
evergreen radio. Like
that's right.
Hang on.
Firing people. I'm not, all the years I've been doing radio, you could count on one hand the amount of people we had to say goodbye to, because I feel horrible when somebody loses the ability to feed themselves and to put a roof over their head.
Are you fucking kidding me? So you really are that hubristic that you think that you're the only job that a human being can get? So I mean, okay, yeah, the stands to reason. I look at Brent, I look at Julie, I get that, but that's on air people. But
Autobot's got the best one, Monique. Tim Sabian. It's a genuine firing. He got fired when he announced his dad was sick. That's the most inhumane one, maybe, out of all of them.
Can I bring this up to Richie Wilson next time we see him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Billy West got suffocated out of there, Rupert. Billy West, the story with Billy was, I can't afford New York. Give me a little raise. And Howard easily could have said yes. And he was jealous of Billy's popularity and talent on the show. And he had him suffocated off the show. So technically, they kind of smoked him out. Which is worse.
Benjamin says, has anyone told Bond that we have as a race have discovered fire?
Benjamin's the actual Benji we want writing jokes.
Let me finish the clip.
And to put a roof over their head. So Benji knows this. And then he looks at me with those meatball eyes and he goes, oh, Howard, I know I messed up and I know.
So you're basically admitting that you're a pussy, but here it continues in the next clip. And so were we not talking about sharks and feeder like things that suck off of the shark?
Right. Yeah.
So we were just talking about that yesterday. I was just curious that he would say this is.
I know I messed up and I know, and I fall for it every time. So it is not Benji's fault. I'm the bad parent. I'm the one who doesn't discipline him. And I'm a sucker. I know I'm a sucker, and he is a shark, and he knows a victim when he sees one, and he takes full advantage of it. Listen,
right,
I know there are sharks.
This is going the way you said it was going to go.
I told you this was a bad idea. It was.
So of course it goes into a whole Benji thing, and why are they having a show for his 25 years of being on the show, and he basically should have been fired. So then he goes on to promote it in the weirdest wording. Hang on.
And in fact, I want to give a shout out. A big movie star and television star is going to be hosting. Michael Rappaport will co-host the episodes covering Benji's acting career and Man on the Street antics. And also John Stamos. Gorgeous John Stamos recorded a tribute to Benji's 25th anniversary.
Gorgeous John Stamos.
Are they paying these guys for this? As shit on Michael Rappaport, he's kind of a joke, and we all kind of he has actually had a great film career. He's been in a ton of stuff of film, but he's actually turned himself into some wigger joke. But he's a far better career than, say, Howard does in film or TV.
Beautiful.
Or Stamos.
Beautiful Stamos.
Yeah.
Beautiful Stamos.
What are they paying? What do you suppose they pay these guys for this shit? There's no way they're doing it. What?
I don't think they do.
They just go on super fandom.
Because the thought is that you need me more than I need you, and therefore you should be happy that we would even ask.
What's John Stamos doing right now?
Absolutely nothing. Playing drums for the Beach Boys on
Would you suspect John Stamos is a bigger entity than Howard is?
No.
I totally think he is.
Oh, 112%. Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes, he is.
I don't think John Stamos thinks so.
You don't think that's the key, Monique? Yes. Monique nailed it. The key is Stamos doesn't think so.
Right. But I can go to a bar and ask, "Do you know who John Stamos is? Do you know who Howard Stern is?" People know who John Stamos is.
Yeah, definitely.
Everybody. I swear to God, as soon as I'm back in New York, I'm going to do Man on the Street, and I'm going to ask people,
"Why in New York?"
Well, because I could do it here. I can do it in Florida. Yeah, but there's a lot of alpacacas down here. They don't really know from Howard Stern.
That's the age group that he's going towards.
There's no in between. They're all
Christ, he hasn't been relevant in 20 years.
They're all so old.
I know for me, I haven't brought him up in the general public for years. I will never. I just won't ever talk about it. I haven't.
Okay, 30 clips. So let's talk about Pam. And so now Pamela Anderson is coming in. So yay, Pamela. So she walks into the studio, I guess, at Sirius in Los Angeles. She came in around 9. She did not do a 2-hour interview. She was done by around 10:05, 10:15, something like that. And then he went to Ralph for a little while, and then he kicked out of the show. So that's kind of the way it went. Hello there, Xavier. We're just about to get to Pamela Anderson. So
Pameler.
Pamela
Anderson.
Pameler.
Pameler.
So let me get rid of that like and subscribe. It's really bothering me right this second. Any of you that are listening, please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the little bell thingy so that you know when we're having another show. Okay. All right. So let's oh, bye, Xavier. Oh, hi, Xavier. Hi, Xavier.
Hi.
Bye, Xavier. Hi, Xavier.
Yes, John Doe, Pam Anderson, and Tommy Lee have distributed Hep C to all of Southern California. Yes, sir,
So
you're
we
right.
were talking about the whole Pamela Tommy Lee thing and how the Pamela Anderson sex tape, which is something that pretty much everybody remembers about Pamela Anderson.
That's about the only thing I remember about her.
It's not sort of that dissimilar to the Kim Kardashian sex tape, except for the fact that it was legitimately stolen from them.
Yes.
Yes.
That is and Kim was completely manufactured and manipulated.
Yes.
So that was like a big, embarrassing, horrible part of her life.
And they couldn't capitalize on it in any other way to knock them
Yet
out.
again.
Right.
So that was kind of like the running theme of this interview is the fact
course.
that sadly, because she was young, naive, stupid, and married fucking horribly, that she never really was able to capitalize fully as she should have. She should have been a much wealthier woman.
Which makes Howard very happy because, as you know, he browbeats his guests just to make sure he has more money than them in very, very clever ways.
And she even said that her Barbie doll, because Barbie made a Barbie doll with a red bathing suit, that was
okay. I
the
didn't know
number 2 selling Barbie doll for years and years
Wow.
and years, and she didn't make a penny on it. So this happened, I guess, constantly and consistently to her, which is why Howard thought that it was Hugh Hefner's fault and that he was the one who didn't really represent her properly, and she kind of schooled him on that. So that kind of is the interview in a nutshell, other than the father hunger and the sexual abuse.
Tapes, or no?
What?
We playing tapes of it or just talking about it?
I'm going there right now,
Okay.
fuckface. Okay, here we go. So this will just obviously tell you that Pam doesn't listen to the show.
How are you, Pamela?
Oh, I'm great. But, I'm kind of disappointed. I thought you guys were going to be here. I was like, when did Howard move to LA?
Yeah, right. I know.
Wow.
I said, I don't think you like coming here.
When did Howard move to LA?
How does he hum out of that, Monique?
No, he doesn't say anything. He just kind of
Don't follow up. The world's
No
world's
follow-up.
greatest interviewer.
Yeah, didn't
Absolutely
hear it.
said
How are you,
nothing.
Pamela?
Diana Prince.
Oh, I'm great. But, I'm kind of disappointed. I thought you guys were going to be here. I was like, when did Howard move to LA?
Yeah, right. I know.
Yeah, right.
Well,
I said, I don't think you like coming here.
it is like the year of Pam.
Hum. Nice
Wow.
deflection, Diana Prince. Nice bracelets.
Right at
Jesus.
it.
Hum.
So of course, in classic pretty girl fashion.
She's stupid.
Yeah, well, of course, and of course she doesn't think of herself as attractive at all, and it's the classic pretty girl thing to say.
Right.
But I know
I'm not
about
in
her.
this category. I'm not
You
in
don't
this
think that,
category,
right? You don't
Howard.
like
No.
you always looked in the mirror and never saw yourself as a good-looking person. You
No,
never got
I'm
it.
funny looking. I got
You
a great
really think that-
personality.
You know,
I'm funny looking, but I have a really great personality. Okay.
Why do I not believe this? Why do I
Okay,
not
Pam.
believe a word of what this bitch is saying?
I mean, there's some
seriously.
Canuckian self-deprecation, but you're right, Dennis. Ultimately, just one time, I want to see a chick who's built their entire life and career on looks. Just say once, yes.
Fuck yeah,
I
yes.
used my feminine wiles to get where I got, and
Yes.
now they've run out. And it's just once,
Yes.
just one time.
I mean,
say
the
it.
well went dry, and now I'm desperate for money.
Well, when you
Yes.
think about it, her well ran dry like over 20 years ago. I mean,
Yes,
she
I know.
hasn't really done anything in
No.
20 years. So let's all boo-hoo the fact that she thinks that she's funny looking, and let's extol the virtues of having a winning personality, which is, I'm sure, what got you through life. I'm sure of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw the tape. I think there's a lot more than her personality got her through life.
There's much more. There's much more. Okay, so then, as usual, Howard tries to go after and attack her father and what her father did to her and how he was such a shithead to the mother and stuff like that. And so, of course, he says this.
Because she didn't stand up to your father and set a bad
mother.
example for you. And certainly you must feel tremendous vicious anger toward your father because he never was protective of
No.
you.
Yeah, no,
You
I don't, though. I don't feel, no. My parents just moved on the property with me. I mean, that's awkward. Write a book and then have your parents move in with you.
So basically, her parents have moved in with her, and I think she's moved back to Canada now. So so both of her parents live on her property with her, and she starts talking about how, right, exactly, Millennium Towers. I have a great personality and fake everything and can't. That's
Yeah, it was
exactly right.
Jessica Alba's personality
Yeah.
is how she got the Honest Company in Sin City. It was
Yeah,
exactly
exactly.
a personality. Ask Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah.
This
First
one,
thing I noticed about Pam was her personality. First thing.
the very first thing.
First thing I noticed, personality.
The funny thing is about silicone tits, they will last long after she's dead. Like,
Oh,
seriously,
yeah.
you'll be able to dig up her body and it'll just be a skeleton and silicone tits sitting there because they don't degrade. They're like fucking
Right.
plastic in the wilderness. It just stays there forever. Okay, so she's talking about the fact that her parents have moved onto her property with her. And she's really, she's had come to Jesus moments with both of her parents and now her mom. So let's listen to this, and then I want to say something about it.
Why
on the
can't
back
we
end.
talk about this and be together and get through this? I mean, for the very first time in my mom's life, if this book did anything, I suggested maybe some therapy or some mother-daughter therapy, and she said, okay. So yesterday was my first 2-hour session with my mother, which was quite revealing.
How old are
Interesting.
you?
We've all been fortunate enough to have therapy of some kind or self-help books or really do the self-searching. She's never done that. She just learned to compartmentalize.
So basically, she's talking about how. So listen, hear me out on this. So she's talking about how she's now going to therapy with her mother, and she's trying to, just come out with things that she's wanted to talk about. And all I can think about is Robin sitting in her little fucking hidey hole, having written a book about how her father fucking abused her, and she didn't give a shit about what they did or what they said.
Right.
And here's somebody else who actually is a normal, evolved human being who says, you know what? Maybe I need to make amends with my mother who had me
Yeah.
at 19, right? So her mother's only like 75 or something like that. Maybe I should make amends with them, and maybe this will help us. And you
Yes.
think about fucking Robin, who basically said, you know what? I'm going to tell the world that my father abused me now that he has Alzheimer's and can't really understand what the fuck is going on. And mom, if you don't like it, too fucking bad too.
Yep.
And that's the difference. See, to me, that was the difference. And Robin, at the end of this fucking interview, is basically crying, which you'll hear momentarily, because of how like honest and earnest Pam was about this interview. But all I could think about is Robin writing that shit book,
Yeah.
and being such a shit to her parents.
So is that tears of guilt?
I'm
Because
thinking yes.
yeah, I mean, good, because that bitch deserves that. It's just that, like, how old is Pamela Anderson now?
54.
Okay, she's 54, and now she's going to be going through therapy with her mother, who's in her 70s. Really?
Listen, you know what, Dennis, and listen,
never too
I know
late.
this from my parents, and I know this from my relationship with my mother. It's the only one you have, and either you can fucking hate them,
I
or you
understand
can
it, but
deal with them
do you
and
need to go to
try.
therapy with it? Can't you just talk?
And then you know what? Sometimes you
Need a
sometimes
mediator.
You need a mediator.
Unbiased
Yes,
mediator.
that's
Jesus
exactly right.
Christ.
As an adult woman of going to therapy and learning shit about myself, and I know John, we've talked about this before. It's just one of those things that I guess it's a good thing for. Listen,
So
if it's
did
a good thing for her,
did the breastfeeding come up yet, or what?
if it's a good no, don't go to therapy anymore, you big dummy. I'm just saying, if it's good for her, then
Because you, in your mind, right? I mean, you go into therapy, whether it's mother and daughter, whether it's couples therapy, you think you're the victim, and the other person thinks they're the victim, and you
Yeah.
need a mediator telling you, like, it is unbiased mediator that says, no, this is really, I don't believe either one of you, like, and give you kind of feedback where they've no agenda.
Exactly. So, you know what? Fine. If this works for you, is all I'm saying. If this works for you, knock yourself out. If this is how you're going to live with your parents into their older years, knock yourself out.
And it's
Yeah,
an
that was
evolved
something
thing
for
to do. She's taking the high road and she's not painting themselves
Oh.
like a victim 24/7, like these two shitheads do that you don't relate to.
Yes, Javid says mediator is a better word than therapist for this situation because it's not touchy-feely, it's objective perspective. Hey, Xavier, are you back by any chance?
What was that?
Oh, I don't-
Okay, then. Coach says, Mo, it's official. You're in the Pamela vortex. All right, so let's move on a little bit.
Exactly.
So then Howard, of course, responds to this about the therapy thing and going to therapy with his mother, of course.
Holy shit. I can't imagine when you walked in, what was it, yesterday to the therapist's office with your mother, you must have felt like you were climbing Mount Everest because
What?
I know I've tried to say stuff to my mother about my dad and how he was with me.
Oh my God, I can't believe he's getting away with
Go
this.
through that. I always feel like I'm hurting her too much.
I wish she
Like
had a
I'm gonna
brother.
break her.
Thing. Yeah, and you are. And sometimes that needs to happen. And it's a
Yeah, that does need to happen. Okay, so
To-
Aaron Taylor, you're incorrect because I went to therapy for 2 years, and I've talked about this on air before. It got to the point where I'd be in a cab or in the bus on the way down to my therapist and thinking to myself, Jesus fuck, what am I going to talk to?
You're going on a talk show and you got to prepare material for your therapist.
Yes,
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do.
After,
Yep.
before or after they ran away.
And then you know,
That was
and
on the
then-
street.
No, this is before.
That
And
was,
then you know it's time. Like then
Yep.
you know it's time to let go, and it's okay. You know, you're done. You figured it out. You talked about shit with somebody that you don't want to like burden your friends with or your family with, and it's okay. And you paid to just have somebody
But
fucking listen.
listening to this, Howard painting this incredibly fake, absolutely untrue story to Pamela, it's just absolutely, it's reprehensible. Ben was nothing but good to this prick. I mean, really, seriously, nothing but good to this prick. And to try to paint him with this really horrible psychobabble interview, it's actually really despicable.
Who do you think's got more out of therapy, Dennis? Howard or Pam Anderson?
Howard's therapist.
No, I'm talking about themselves. What are they? I bet you Pam's accomplished more in a month.
Pam probably
than
got
Howard
more in
has
1
in
week than
his
Howard
fake
I
therapy.
did
think
in
Pam has.
20 years.
She did mention she has been in therapy, but this is the first time she's ever done anything with her mother. Because after writing the book, she realized there's so many things that she's like, how it's not fair for me to write it in a book and not actually talk to my mother about
Very
it.
true. That's very evolved. That's
it
what
is
you
very
evolved is for, not Howard.
See, it's so true, Coach. You're so right. It's like you start to think about things that, what can I say to her that's going to be like something that maybe she'll have like a response for other than,
No, you're literally going on a talk show and you're preparing material because you're afraid to bore the person to death because they've heard it all and seen it all. That's the way I take it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's move on. So back to Hefner we go again because, he's really kind of like fixated on Hefner and what a bad person he must have been to Pam.
Do you see them as sharks? Do you have the same good
Again, with the
feeling
shark
about
reference.
Hefner that you used to have, or do you see it a little bit differently? Do you have the lens focused a little differently now?
No, I love Hefner was an incredible person. I love, eccentric people, like he was so himself. He's the only person that could have got away with it. I just admire.
Yeah, so she had no problem with Hef.
No,
So
she did the roast. Maybe he had a roast. She was at his roast.
I mean, Hefner actually like made her career like 10 times bigger than it was.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, she was on the cover how many times? 5?
6 or something.
Yeah, I mean,
more.
she was on the cover a lot.
Yeah, more.
I mean that's massive to your career.
Oh my God,
No.
yes.
No, please,
Don't you
no
think if
negative
she was
feelings.
10
there.
years younger and not as fluffy, she'd be on fucking OnlyFans too? I mean, honestly.
Yes. No, you're right. Her timing is weird, right? You said she's one step away from one pubic hair away from Jenna Jameson and OnlyFans. You're exactly right. Her timing is like if she were now, what happens to Pam Anderson in 2023?
Yeah, I mean, if OnlyFans had been around in 2005, Pamela Anderson is on it.
She'd be a multi-millionaire.
Exactly.
Yeah, she really wasn't there to badmouth anyone, says Ida, and that is
No,
absolutely
no.
true. She wasn't, and she did. Listen, it's her fucking truth. Whatever. I'm
But
not.
Howard-
and
but
listen,
Howard-
by no way am I some sort of. Oh my God, I'm such an advocate for Pamela Anderson. I don't care about her one way or the other. It's just that it's really one of the only times I've listened to an interview fully and kind of understood the beast. So let's talk a little bit.
Can I ask you, are you guys surprised at this point going on this show that they don't have how redundant his fucking interviews are now? That they don't have publicists, PR people tell him, all right, he's going to ask you about your parents. He's going to try to be, and he's going to go down a therapy road. Be prepared for this. Wouldn't you think if you were a PR person, wouldn't that be the first thing you would do to get him ready for this bullshit? Give him the talking points. He's exactly where he's going to go.
I think John's on a point here, though. I think the good ones know and
a
will
good
tell.
publicist would do that. Absolutely.
A good publicist will tell he's going to do this because he is predictable, like the sun rising in the east and setting in the west. The way he asks questions,
he's gonna sandbag
we all know it.
You guys are so cute. This presupposes that any publicists actually listen to the fucking show.
Wasn't that their job, though?
It is their job.
How many people out there are just like they hear Howard Stern and they're like, "Oh my God, world's greatest interviewer"? I mean,
no, I understand what you're saying, Monique. But if you were a good publicist and you were persnickety and you really relayed your shit together and you were anal and you really wanted to impress this person, wouldn't you have them prepared like we're talking about it now?
I think honestly, if I was the person like Pam is in a unique position in that she knows the animal. She's been there. She's done that.
Yeah,
she's been out with them. So she's not.
This is a different Howard, though, Monique. She hasn't seen this Marcy Howard. I don't think she's been on.
And this is a different Pam.
Yeah.
So it's a different dynamic because she does know the beast. She doesn't know the current one per se, but it's not like she obviously knows she's walking into a situation where he's not going to put her on the Syrian. So it's not the same dynamic.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Can you get your cat's ass out of the Holy shit, Dennis.
I'm trying to get that.
What is this? Nobody needs cat butt right now.
No, I was quick.
Tamara Francois. No joy. No comedy. I don't know what the show is. There's no joy. There's no comedy.
You don't show today, and I found it to be like a therapy session. Where was the fun? Where was the funny? Thank God for you, Dennis. See, Dennis is the man.
That's why it's such a tough job.
So here's his question to her, and then we're going to swing back to this in another couple of clips. So here.
What happened?
No, but you keep saying in every interview, the only man I ever really loved was Tommy Lee. And I go,
It's so crazy. Robert
I wonder what your definition of love is.
Jimmy Page.
Okay, so put a little button on that.
Yes.
Right? Just for a quick moment. I really just wanted to throw up this comment from
Monique. Wasn't Grace really the love of your life?
Yes, from Rachel Oasis. Everything he does in these interviews is absolute templated paint by numbers formula crap. This is why I'm almost 100% sure that his paintings are elaborate, slightly altered to evade identity trace jobs. Yeah.
Yes.
This is who he is.
Good job, Bagel Oasis.
I love when John says basic bitch because that's always so funny. And, if you look up the terminology basic bitch, you will see that it is just really right up
Beatles. Yeah.
Howard
Beatles
and
Rolling Stones.
Okay.
He got it up there.
Basic bitch, someone who is unflinchingly upholding of the status quo and stereotypes of their gender without even realizing it. They engage in typical unoriginal behaviors, modes of dress, speech, and life, tragically, laughably unaware of their utter lack of specialness and intrigue.
Perfect.
Believe themselves to be unique, fly, amazing, and complete catch when really they are boring, painfully normal, and par. Believe their experiences to be crazy, wild, and different, or somehow more special than everything that everybody else is doing, when really almost everyone is doing or has done the exact same thing. She is typical and dime a dozen. There are many subtypes of basicness, such as the basic ratchet, the basic sorority bitch, the basic groupie bitch, the basic I'm so Carrie from Sex and the City bitch, etc. But ultimately, they all share the common thread of being expendable and unnoteworthy, and in some cases, having absolutely no redeeming quality.
Oh my God! Did you author that, Monique? That is scary accurate.
I kind of, sort of, should have, but that's.
And I didn't even see the definition when I started using it. I just took liberties and assumed I was right.
And you are. You are correct, sir. You are correct, sir. Okay, so you put a little button in that, and let's go on to something else. So he starts talking about David LaChapelle. So if you don't know who David LaChapelle is he's a fairly famous photographer.
Yeah, I've seen his
And
name.
he has photographed a multitude of people. He is known actually for his gay photography more.
Why is he so
than-
elevated, Monique? Why is he so special? Like, what makes him better than the
he
other
was
guys?
known, he was really, really known as a guy who knew how to get just that right fucking photo
Okay.
of the male body. I mean, he was just really kind of known for that. Now he also he did a lot of stuff. I mean, he was known for a lot of different modes of photography, but back in the day when it was his heyday and he was incredibly popular, it was very much about the male body. I'm going to see if I can pull something up for you momentarily. So, I mean, just to give you a little idea.
How old is he now? Is he still with us?
He's older, but he's another one of those guys who's very vain, so he's had a lot of work done.
An old queen.
So yeah, he is definitely the old.
Is that Mario Cantone on the bottom there?
So he's very into body. He's very into physicality. He's very into showing, you know, the male body and stuff like that. So, you know, and he's very like quirky. He does kind of like weird shit. Like there's
That's
Eminem.
vintage LaChapelle, that Eminem picture. That's
It's just kind of
classic
like
LaChapelle.
weird shit like that. And there's Puff. You know, he did the classic Britney Spears.
Oh, that's it. Okay, the Rolling Stone. Okay.
So yeah, he's done a lot of shit like this. If you want to look at Dave Chappelle now, this was a party they had in Miami like a year or so ago. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit more.
Jesus, who's that?
That's
who's
Pamela.
that dude next to him? What?
That's Pamela.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy.
So
fuck.
that's Dave LaChapelle now, who's obviously had some work done.
Yeah, a lot.
And that's Pam. And this was when, let's see when this was. So this is December 2019.
Jesus Christ.
And this is okay. So let me just say
Oh, I know this. That's down on Miami Beach.
So
I know it.
this crowd and this type of crew is absolutely embodies everything you fucking hate about humanity. I'm just throwing that out there. Okay. Study
Why
him.
the terrorists hate us.
His matching Gucci sweatsuit. And look at Pam. Pam's looking a little rough in this, let's be honest. But you know, listen, she's still in great shape. These are these people. Like these are these people.
What in the actual what?
That's Daniel Lismore. I have no idea who that is.
Who?
It's so funny.
Oh, you're so cute. You're so funny. You're so funny.
Jesus Christ. She's the definition of rode hard and put away wet. Seriously.
Miles
My
of bad
Daniel Lismore over here.
These are these people. These are these people. This is that crowd. These are those people. This is everything you hate in fucking humanity.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
Why the terrorists hate us.
Yeah, you wonder.
This is everything.
This is everything.
What the hell is a pearl?
That's what that is. She's
That's a
special.
pearl.
She's like a grain of sand in an oyster. That's Pearl.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so right.
When you hear about a recession, you have to look at
It's so
this.
cute because this is the Miami
Okay.
crowd versus the just 15 minutes away Palm Beach crowd.
Yeah.
Like night and day.
Well, it's actually an hour and a half.
Yeah, okay. You know what I meant. But it's very sceney, and you know,
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of like, yeah, this is
Very
that
blue
kinda.
collar.
So yeah, right, really blue
Yeah,
collar.
right.
You know, just beer, watching the game. You know.
Boy,
Georgie and
oof.
Pat flew ribbon at this show.
So let's talk a little bit about
David LaChapelle and Marcus Schenkenberg, or whoever fit in the bathtub.
When you did all those photo shoots for David LaChapelle, did he pay you? Or was he just another guy who took pictures? No, he didn't.
No,
I mean,
but
that's
he's
again
saying-
another. I don't understand. Your images are so iconic, especially those LaChapelle images. I bought the books of LaChapelle's, you know, and a lot of the pictures are you.
Yeah, you
I
bought
think a lot of
books?
heterosexuals do. They buy Dave LaChapelle books.
No, they really don't. They really don't. It's really that's
Wow. clawing at that closet, just wanting to come out. My
Yeah.
God.
All right, so let's go to 15 minutes later, and I'm hoping you put a little pin in that
I
other
put that pin.
conversation.
I put a
So
pin.
let's just go to like another 15 minutes into the conversation.
Wow. Why'd you turn? Well, no, I was going to ask you what your definition of love is, because I still wonder.
Honesty.
Right. I don't think you've had the great love of your life yet.
What?
So you just like a half hour ago asked her what her definition of love was, but now
And then it was Tommy Lee.
and then it was Tommy Lee, and now you're saying I wanted to ask you what your definition like he has this little checkbox of get your cat's ass out of the screen. Oh my goodness.
Tim Sullivan goes, Howard would love to be in a Marcus Scheckenberg sickle.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
he
Benji.
would.
I forgot about
Yes,
that guy.
he
That was one of her bows.
Yeah.
What is love, baby?
He looks
don't
like the
hurt
ghost of
me.
Morrissey. Yes, Aaron Taylor. Yes.
Yes. Well,
Holy shit.
Marcus Schenkenberg was seriously one of the most handsome men I have ever seen in public back in the day. He was really, he looks like shit now. Jesus Christ. What happens to these people?
There's one male model. There's always one that everybody knows, like Tyson Beckford. There's always one per 10 years per decade, and he was the guy in those
He was
years.
the guy.
Yep.
He was the man. He was that Calvin Klein dude. He was like that guy.
He did a
was
Kate
that
Moss film,
fucking.
too.
He was that hottie guy. Yeah, but she dated him. That's
right.
correct. That is correct. Oh, there we are. So cute, so handsome, such a loving couple. All right, let's move on a little bit. Love to give you like these visual cues as we go along. Okay, so here I guess John Hine did not do his job correctly because he asked this and she.
Yeah, Monique's right.
I don't think you wrote about it.
Oh, sorry.
But you
What?
I'm sorry. No, we should, because I don't think people really realize this. John Hine writes the questions for Howard. That's why this shit's so boring.
No,
I
you're
think people
kidding
should.
me.
Well, I mean, people don't know. I think it's not brought up enough, and we can't slam that home enough. One of the reasons this is so sterilized and banal and automaton is because John Hine writes these questions. That's how shitty it's got.
It is that shitty, but I think that it's a little bit more than just John Hine. I think he usually, like, if it's a musical.
Oh yeah, it's definitely more than just him.
What's his face in on it as well?
Brandano.
Yeah, so he does go to him for a lot of things, but for some reason John Hine has a hold on.
Well, Jan was, he was doing tutoring, so Howard figures that he's able to do research.
Perfect for the Stern Show. Yeah.
It's just and
no threat.
And okay, wait, let's just finish the clips and then we can get to.
We're offered the lead role in X-Files to be the girl in X-Files. That's what I read.
I probably
And you
didn't even
turned
know
it
what that
down.
was. Just like I didn't know where Marina Del Rey was. I was just like, that sounds
Oh, okay.
complicated and I'm busy. I never heard of that before. This is the first I've heard of that.
Okay, so that's the
Good
first
stuff,
time
guys.
Pam is hearing this, but somehow Howard knows this.
Here's the funny thing: the staff probably fucked up because Gillian Anderson was the star of that, and I've heard
good.
nothing else except that she was the person they wanted for that show.
That's good, Dennis. They confused Pam for Gillian Anderson.
That
So
is
that's stupid.
impressively
That's exactly what
stupid.
happened.
That's really good, Dennis.
Gillian
God damn it.
Anderson.
And they're not they're just unprofessional buffoons who we
Oh, they're
hired, and it
buffoons.
wouldn't surprise anybody that they would make that mistake.
How embarrassed would you guys be? You're interviewing somebody on even something like this, and you fuck up something that bad. I mean, I'd be mortified. I mean, literally, I would find out who wrote the question. and
God
pound
forbid
them.
Howard fact checks it, Dennis.
That
Right on
was-
his own.
I'd be
God forbid.
embarrassed.
Right.
Seriously, that was such a simple alley-oop. Like he thought for sure that was going to be one of those questions that he's like, I know
I
something.
gotcha. I know something. Right.
I got something on you.
Gotcha.
No one else does.
But you know what? How often he does that? Do you know how often somebody comes and says
Every
no?
time.
Time.
At least once an embarrassing question like that.
He
botched.
Oh, shit. There was somebody on like last year where everything he said was wrong.
Yeah, who was that? I remember
Robert
that.
Plant?
Who was that?
What?
Robert
It was
Plant.
somebody. He constantly kept saying, "No, Howard, that's not true." It was a guy.
It wasn't Plant. Plant was everything was wrong also.
No, this was just last year.
It was
That
last
wasn't
year.
last
He
year.
fucked it up so bad.
Chaka Khan says nobody who's seen the X-Files would ever imagine Pam anywhere near this. John Hein.
Could you imagine that? I mean, the chemistry would have been shit.
No, and you know what? Let's be honest. Pam's not exactly,
A rocket scientist.
Yeah, she's no Jessica Lange. I mean, she's not ready for her close-up.
I mean, Gillian Anderson was already a established real actress,
and she was great in it. Howard absolutely has never seen X-Files.
Very Marcy Turk, Gillian Anderson, right?
Yes.
Very similar to Marcy.
She's Marcy's a smaller.
It's just the ginger aspect. That's all it is. Gillian's
actually Gillian Anderson's real hair color is blonde.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She's a blonde. Yeah, that's fake. That's fake color.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Pam is no Mimi Rogers.
That would be with a Mimi Rogers. How do you know who Mimi Rogers is, you son of a bitch?
Okay, so then just 2 more clips, and so here's Robin coming in later on, as she is allowed to now come in 2 minutes before the interview is over. She comes in to let Pam know how wonderful she was on Broadway because she saw her apparently last year on Broadway. I'm trying to remember what the show was. I did look it up and I did not write it down.
The horror eulogies? What?
I don't know. Maybe it was like Hairspray or something you would know. Something really just like boring, stupid walk out of. Robin saw her in it and just thought she was fabulous.
It's always Shellbacks is a great line. The Howard Stern show called the Superman reference. The fortress of ineptitude. That's so good, Shellbacks.
Could you imagine Scully with that bleached hair and baby voice?
Wow.
Okay, so here's Robin coming in to add her 2 cents.
But I don't like to see you get upset like that.
Well, I just, we did. We hung out a lot.
Robin was teary.
We hung up and had lots of fun. And it's been a long time. And it was, it was kind of sad to learn.
Thank you, Tamara. She was in Cabaret and she played Roxy. That's right. Oh, thank you so much for that.
Tamara's our Cabaret aficionado.
And all those things that had happened to her as a young girl, and the whole thing of, just sort of landing in Hollywood like a fish out of water and never being shown the ropes and telling, being told what was possible for her. It's just like, and then to see her so happy when she was actually getting accolades and being rewarded for showing she has talent.
Okay, shut the fuck up.
Phony quivers.
Jesus Christ. That is just pure, utter diarrhea of the mouth with just fact points that have nothing to do with the person she's talking about. Jesus Christ. No wonder he keeps her quiet during the interviews. She's completely moronic.
She couldn't be earnest if she were Jim Varney.
Well, you know what? Somebody has a point there. So let's talk about Pamela Anderson on Broadway. So Pam was on Broadway. Let's see. Razzle Dazzle. Pamela Anderson takes back the narrative. It's Chicago. Pamela Anderson drives Chicago crowd wild on Broadway. Her Broadway debut was April 12th, 2022. So yes, you are correct, in fact, that Robin, in fact, is lying about being fucking quarantined since 2020, because anybody who has ever been to a Broadway show knows that the seats are literally like this. Like you are squished, and there's nobody testing that shit. There's nobody doing anything in there. And she did say that she saw her on Broadway and thought she was absolutely phenomenal. I do not have any commentary on Brooke Shields. I haven't read up on it at all. I know somebody made a thread about it in our thing, but I would listen. You know what? Men and young girls and sexual assault is just sadly a sad truth of being in situations where you're probably a little bit too young to be in.
So Carmen Gia 65 once again pointing out the obvious. Quivers a lie.
Quivers a lie. We all know that. Anybody that's listening tonight, if you have not listened to our 2-part Quivers a Lie, which is a really, really thorough look into her book, I highly recommend you listen to that. We really do shine a light on a lot of the commentary and just the absolute utter arrogance, hubris, and just ridiculous narcissism that is Robin Quivers. It would really shock you to the core. So here's the end of the show. Let's just listen to that real quick.
All right, Ralphie boy, thank you. That's Ralph Cirella, the guy who he saw it all. Yes, next week, 25 years of Benji on Howard 101. We know that, and I think I'm out of here. Okay, bye-bye.
That's it. So
Another.
if he is in fact off next week, who knows?
He is.
Yeah, I know. I agree with you. I think you are
112% he's off.
correct.
Now I'm so certain it's not funny.
Yeah. So cleaning out the computer really, really quickly because we've been on for 2 hours already. Johnny, so I saw some of your clips. A lot of things were part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. So I wasn't really sure what is the most
part 4.
I know. What is the most important of what you sent me?
Thank you, Shellbacks. Thank you, Ed Rooney and Shellbacks, by the way. Nice. That's a nice compliment. Thank you, guys. I think the racist creeper thing when she comes in with Ed Torian's lie detector. And then do you remember when he left the studio? You'll love this because Robin takes over to go meet Pam Anderson at a hotel room during the show because Ralph is there and he's jealous. That's audio. The video is Ed Rooney's Ed Torian's Ed Torian's lie detector.
And then also you have Vegas 1, 2, and 3 as well.
Yeah, those are creepy. I think Vegas isn't quite as good as but Artie, you want to play one that Artie is supposedly dead in the first clip. And there's this rumor that got the news that Artie's dead. And what the funny thing is, Pam's been on the show probably at that point 7, 8 times, doesn't know who Artie is.
Doesn't know who Artie is.
Doesn't know who Artie is. And they just reported his death as she comes into and they blow off the Tonight Show.
Okay, so let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can link us to this.
The Ed Torian thing's the most racist thing you'll ever. If Howard wants to deny the N-word.
Okay, I can't do all of them. You got to give me
I know.
something. Give me which. I'm gonna do the Pam Vegas one. Already dead.
Yeah, just do that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Tell me if you can hear this because you know I have this.
Yep. No picture, but
first of all, we want to
okay,
thank Pam for being here. We start.
Sorry, my guys.
It's all audio, no picture.
I got it.
Oh.
Her from the Tonight Show. We just hijacked her before she came over.
Sara and John just left.
Get close to the microphone. Get close to the microphone, Pam. I like that outfit. Hey, it was reported on the news this morning that Artie Lang had died in his hotel room. And
I know that.
And
do you have anything to say about Artie? I have to tell you that I was in my hotel room and a guy came in to give me a CD player, which didn't work, by the way. But he was in tears. He was very distraught. And he said, "I just want you to know before you go on Howard, because I know you're really good friends. Artie's dead."
Wow.
I said, "Artie who?"
Artie who? Get close to the microphone, Pam.
The guy on Howard's 30's dead, and I was freaking out. I thought, well, okay, well. Yeah.
Well, thank you for your kind words.
When did you get into Vegas?
Okay. Oh,
watch this way.
That's all.
Oh, right on.
And the crowd turns on her.
This crowd can turn on you.
Are you guys drinking already? Artie's voice. I don't know what he looks like.
There goes that Jack in Water.
It's all that.
Oh, I miss Artie.
Yeah.
That was the peak of his powers, popularity,
power.
and how they went to Sirius. You hear that crowd? They're not there for Howard.
Also the peak of Pam. That was she looked quite good there.
All right, I'm going to move on to Howard leaves studio.
I should just say this, and don't go back to it, but that was the peak also. That was actually the genesis of Stutter and John just leaving Howard and him bashing Leno virtually every day, and he brought that into even that show.
Oh, really?
He claims he stole her from the Tonight Show.
We should do a review of that Vegas thing.
It's pretty good. I mean, it's not all great.
I'd be on board with that. There was very interesting shit going on there.
Artie was always a sharp dresser. Yeah.
Jesus
always
Christ.
the same shirts.
It's like he went to Modell's and just grabbed anything.
You'll love this, Monique. In the Ed Torian lie detector, I didn't even realize the origin. Our buddy Scott Baylor, who I miss dearly, this is the origin of how that name came about. Because Ed Torian pronounced Scott Baio, your former beau. And they talk about how he's a premature ejaculator.
Okay, I was going to go to the hotel room thing, though.
Do whatever you want. I mean, they're all interesting.
You tell me.
You told me to get a lot of them. And
well, I wanted what really highlights his attitude towards Pam.
Probably the hotel thing does, but
well, let's go there because I have it already queued up, ready to go. So here we go. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody. I forgot something.
Cleaning out the computer.
So I get this. Hey, Ralph.
Hey now.
Hey now. Where is she?
Right here.
Where are you?
We're at a hotel hanging out.
All right. I got to tell this story. I get this message from Ralph this morning like, on my answering machine. He called at 9. I was already asleep. She goes, hey, it's Pam Anderson. We're at Scores.
No. Don't tell me Ralph is with Pam.
Yeah, wait a second. She goes, we're at Scores. And I'm here with, Chuck Zito and
They were talking about this today, as a matter of fact. That's when Ralph came on. He was talking about how Pam had this gorgeous, designer dress on. And she said, I hate this dress. It's super uncomfortable. Can you do something about it? And he literally whipped out a sewing kit that he had with him.
Yeah.
And he cut the dress, at the thigh and, pinned it up for her so that she would have a brand new dress. That was the same night.
we're at Scores. Come.
You're all straight.
Come be here with me.
Wake up. You need an emergency line.
Yeah, well, I was in bed with my girlfriend. I thought I could have. I got to get it.
Excuse me, honey, I'm leaving.
You said you were going to go walk Bianca.
Yeah, I'm going to go walk Bianca for 4 hours.
I got to go walk the dog.
So I'm like, that son of a bitch. I know how he got there too. I think the makeup artist is friends with Ralph.
Yes, he's
Yes,
somehow.
the one Gary was bad-mouthing me to.
Yeah, because Ralph's sort of he's the stylist, so he gets to know all the makeup artists and stuff.
Of course, yes.
So she must have tipped him off that they're going to Scores.
Scores closed, and we needed to hang out a little bit more.
We needed to hang
Let me tell you. Wait. Lower the radio.
So you were at Scores till 4 in.the morning with her?
Well, yeah.
He's so
Sam's right
fucking
here. You wanna say
entitled,
hi?
that Ralph. He really is.
Yeah.
It's during the week too, which I love.
Who is this? Who is this?
Jesus.
Okay, hold on.
Do I know you?
Hey, baby. I can't believe
Do I
Ralph
know
is
you?
hanging around with you.
Ralph is hanging around me, cutting off my clothes.
Again.
You're not even here.
I'm sick and tired of that guy glomming off my
This
action.
is all your fault.
That's my
You
girl.
could have been here.
Can't believe how many people are in the room
In
with
my
you.
room, there's 20 people in here, and my clothes are all cut off.
Okay. So, okay. Do you have a song request, just so you know, before we finish up the show?
Where are you at? East or west?
You are such a fun girl.
I never get to go out.
You are so much fun.
We never get to go out.
Does he really leave to go to her
Yeah,
hotel?
he leaves eventually, and they're setting it up. Apparently, it's walking distance. They give the address out on the air, and they have to bleep it. They cut it. Robin has to take over the show.
Oh, I love
And
this.
what happened? Like, did you get dances?
I'm still drinking champagne. It's like a 15-minute delay now because you're in trouble.
Yeah. Wait a second. So then you stayed at Scores, and then
Yeah, Ralph cut my hair. He cut my jeans. He's like, I got a halter top on now, and I'm
you're not doing him, I hope.
Oh, God, no.
Thank God. From Scores?
What's that?
Scores girls?
Yeah.
Let's do the show from her hotel
Come
room.
on,
What are we
come over here. Okay, I'll
Leave
talk to you later.
now. Robin could anchor this.
Wait a second.
What?
Pam,
Ralph has a really good idea for you. It's like a bob.
I really like that Ralph doesn't work and can just.
He takes advantage of all the things you create.
I'm getting angry.
It's goddamn real.
You should be with us.
Can I tell you, the hair, the damn, I could have given you a good workout.
How are the books?
Believe it.
Howard, it is walkable.
Have them say something.
Who?
The girls.
Okay, say something, guys.
Oh,
Is it walkable where they are?
It is-
And why did I just run over?
the address you just bleeped off, Howard, is walkable.
Is it? Why don't I just walk over there?
Why don't we just walk over there?
We white man.
What am I going to do? Ralph's over there. Come on. I'm the one who gets up and
We walk over there, and then what do? We phone.
Okay, so let's go.
Wow.
Oh, why is this not playing? Hang on.
All right, I'm coming over. I'm coming over.
Let's go. Come on.
All right, but I got to do it on the phone.
Let's go, man.
All right, I'll do it.
All right.
Dude, it's only 2 blocks away.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah. What do we do? Go. All the guys should go, and,
That's mostly the guys work on this show. I'll be here alone.
All right.
That's all right.
Now, here's what's going to happen. As soon as I turn off the mic, which will be in about 3 seconds, me,
Do you
Artie,
think
and
this
Baba
was
Boohai
spontaneous? I
are
do.
gonna run out of here.
I do.
Take a mad dash for the hotel.
Yeah.
Baba Booey.
Get up
to the
there.
room.
I'll call you.
and when you'll go on the air from there.
So distracted that the show stops making sense. So, with Fred, which you know how much fun that is. Kidding.
Wait a minute.
Take Fred with you.
He goes and sees Pam Anderson, and then he's got to slam me on the way out.
All right, and then
he does bite you.
Okay, so now they're on their way.
He goes, you got to do the show with Fred. You know much.
Okay, this is Robin taking over. This is
Yeah, just a little bit of it.
I don't think I've ever actually heard this, by the way.
There. All right, we're back here at the ranch, and do we have anybody on the phone yet? Okay, we're going to bring them up. Hello? Hello? Howard left the studio with Artie. They're supposed to be at Pam Anderson's hotel room. And Scott the engineer is doing his usual fine job. Hi there.
Hello?
Hello?
Robin?
Yes.
I can barely hear you. Hold on.
Okay.
Hey, Howard. We're on the air. Can we lower the radio, guys?
Yeah, we're on the air.
It's really hard to hear. Over here.
Well, this is a very impromptu remote.
Hold on. Here, Howard, we're on over here.
I was just trying to tell people how this all happened.
What happened?
That, all of a sudden you're not here, you're over at a hotel.
Yeah, okay, so I'm here in Pam's hotel. And there's a bunch of girls from Scores who I happen to know.
The new outfit created. Big room, I'm trying.
See, this is the time period. What year was this?
04.
04. When did he start dating Beth, allegedly?
Yeah, Beth has no clout, right? You can tell you could give a shit.
There's no clout.
You sign your body right now.
Here, fine bodies.
Hold on, Robin, I can't hear you. I've got my pen. I'm
signing her ass right now.
Has everybody written on Pam or something?
Yeah, like Pam has right. This isn't a good pen. Pam.
Hi.
So how's the book going?
The book's great.
I really think there's an attraction between the two of us.
No, there's not.
Ew, right, so
I can't deny it.
Do you?
I think it's irrelative.
Irrelative.
About you.
She's had a few
Come here, look at
champagnes.
me. Come over here, baby. Get over here.
I hate.
Just talk to me.
I fucking hate men who say, "Look at me." Like honestly, that is the most turn-offiest thing a human being could say. A man can say.
I hate men. I hate men.
Fucking look at you. Wait, I'm listening to you. Why must I look at you too? Does that make it more serious because I'm fucking staring at you, dick?
Listen to me.
Listen to me.
Isn't
Look
it
at me.
true?
Look at me. Listen to me. Look at me.
Can I
Listen
find
to
the
me.
cutoff? These were like full length.
I think you
look
should
at
take those off.
Okay.
Go ahead. Pam's taking off her cutoffs.
Are you two seated or standing?
They look so tight. Take them off for me. Right now.
Ew, you perverted, disgusting, lecherous man.
I mean, we could do a saga on her on this show. I didn't know where to start. There's so much you can glean from the archives.
Of Pam.
So much. Yeah, this is masturbation radio, especially when this is Best Principal. I had unknown porn stars and girls who wanted to get into play, but that was every week. That was just a rotation of them, Best Principal. Absolutely.
That's what a lot of guys liked from this show. It wasn't something that I personally liked.
I didn't care about them. If you're getting your porn from this show, I feel sorry for you. It was just the lowest form of the lowest rung of lowbrow fan that wanted to hear this shit. It was the most redundant. Dennis, did you give a shit if they had strippers on?
Oh, yes, you did. Don't lie.
I could care less.
I'll actually answer it honestly. Actually, yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
How
it was
can you deny
tantalizing.
that?
It was
I
tantalizing.
don't need a homosexual's idea of what hot
no.
is. I don't want
But in
Howard
the
telling me
80s,
that.
we didn't know he was a
At
big
the
pillow
time,
biter.
At the time,
Maybe I didn't agree
know?
with his idea of hot either because it was always so effing
Well, remember, back
cartoony
then
and
they did a much better job of it being theater of the mind. So,
Yeah.
I
Of
mean, I'm a
course. And then it
teenage
became
boy.
so obvious when it became reality on Sirius. That was the difference.
Thank
That
you.
Exactly.
that was actually really more of a
Thank you,
change than even Marcy coming in. Is the theater of the mind versus
Correct.
the reality of seeing things in front of your face. You're right, G. Canada. They never talk about their own drug use in those days. Tell me there wasn't mountains of blow on the table right now.
There was. Didn't they said it
Oh,
in that
God,
clip? And they
did
cut
we?
it. The clip.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Pamela Anderson and a bunch of strippers from Scores. Yeah. That's going to look like friggin' Scarface at the end.
I don't know how it comes off as disgustingly lecherous. I can't really.
Oh,
stand it.
absolutely.
It's just
Agreed.
and like at that time, Beth had absolutely no pull or clout. She's just happy to be there. You couldn't latch it on for the fame and the
Everything's
buckwald and
for
the
Howard,
FHM
Ed.
jobs. Yeah, that was before, and then she got a little more clout as by about probably when they got married. You
know
know, the
what
whole
the
thing's about the
truth is?
doorman. The doorman's a
really-
prostitute.
He's really not attractive. And so I think he reached for the stars and settled for the fucking moon. I mean, he just couldn't.
Moon.
Well, the closest thing to Earth, obviously, besides
Uranus.
the sun. But he didn't, this is what he thought he could attain this because of his wealth and his notoriety. But the reality is he's just really like a not attractive man.
He's a big praying mantis.
All right, so listen, we're going to be leaving you guys. It's late, and I got to go to sleepy time. And so
Yay.
I think he's off next week. We're pretty sure he's off
He
next
is
week.
off next
He
week.
is, in fact, off next week. Somebody had a wonderful idea about doing a phone-in show, so maybe we'll do that for next week. So we'll have some fun with that, and we'll do that either Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm definitely doing my Rotten Reddit sometime either Sunday or Monday. What games are on this weekend? I'm not even really sure.
Football, I think.
Cincinnati.
Hockey.
Saturday and Sunday, or just Sunday?
It's Sunday, 3 o'clock and
Sunday.
6:30.
It's the
Cincinnati,
it's the
Kansas
league
City.
playoffs. It's the
Okay.
league
And San
championships.
Francisco, Philadelphia.
Okay, I'm going to be on with Carl from WATP this weekend. I don't know when it comes out. I don't know if
That's
it's live.
not live, is it? They pre-tape that?
I don't know. And I don't know what the subject matter is. I don't know anything. So as long as he's not bushwhacking me and I don't have to fucking hang up on
Bushwhack.
him. It'll be fun. Yeah, so it'll be good. Scott the engineer's ban from talking may be over. Oh, that's interesting. Why is he gonna be
Ooh.
on as well?
I think Monique means that Shalom Biatch hack from Las Vegas gets put on the same time she is.
Yeah,
I think
that
he'd run from you.
Yeah, exactly. And he should. Alrighty. So yes, Carl is the guy I did the show with before, and he's fine. He's fine. All right, guys, we love you, and we'll see you next week with some other goodies. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any further discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RadioGunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so you know when we're doing a new show. Thanks.